Hello, Ohio State fans. Welcome back to Ohio State Esports. Today, we'll be bringing you Ohio State Overwatch content, and our Overwatch team will be starting their playoff run in ABC. My name is Joel Harvey. I'm joined by Jeremy Sussman. Jeremy, how's it going?
It's going great. It's going great. I'm very happy to see this kind of rivalry match with that team up north against UMich Esports. It's going to be great to see, and our players have taken a lot of time to get into this moment, and here we are now.
Oh yes, we always love a rivalry game, don't we? Of course, we're our rivalry against football. There, we're pretty good, and we're hoping to stay on top of UMich here in the esports area. So Ohio State will be playing UMich Esports, or that team up north, if you're a Ohio State fan. But an exciting matchup we have here. Our series will be a best of five. So the first to three, a little longer series than what we typically have been covering, Jeremy. But that's more Overwatch content for all of you at home. And getting into our first map, we'll be going to Nepal, which is a King of the Hill control style map. And Jeremy, OSU usually performs very well at these types of maps.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have some of the best tanks in the collegiate, scene. We have Potatoes and Yan, obviously the two big hitters for that, tank scene. Potatoes with his Reinhardt, dare I say anything else, has definitely been one of the big backbones for that team. And Yan as well for just that supporting, tank role. A secondary tank is just absolutely incredible to see. And I mean, I'm gonna expect to see it here on Nepal.
It's always a pleasure to see the synergy between Yin and Potatoes. This is their second year play together. They were play together last year on an Overwatch team, and here they are back at it again, taking Ohio State's team to seed number 5 out of 32, so very high seed. Finished the regular season 9-1, but we can't forget about the DPS. Of course, we have Performance and Grab for Ohio State, and Performance always puts on performance, pun intended, of course, Jeremy, every time I say it. Looking for his McCree, it's going to be deadly as always. And in addition to other hit scan heroes for him, and Grab, pull out those projectile heroes, maybe a Doomfist here and there, but mostly his Junkrat and Tracer and May. I'm really excited to see how we hold out here as we get into our tournament run, and hopefully we'll be heading over to the action shortly. And Nepal, again, our control style map. Jeremy, usually Ohio State sticks with that rush composition. What do you think they're going to run here? Do you think they're going to stick with it?
I think they're definitely going to try to, keep their defaults, in my opinion. I definitely see them as being a team that really doesn't want to go out of their comfort zone, especially for, when they're such a high seed and they're able to play, against a pretty important, rivalry match right here. I expect them to, keep a nice tight game. And honestly, that's what I've expected this entire season and seen. We've come into this, as you said, 5th seed, and we've done that by just consistency and overall just general performances from the players over here. So maybe some pocket picks here and there from our DPSs. We might see some differences. I know Performance likes to get on that Tracer sometimes instead of McCree, etc. So it could
Yeah.
definitely be some differences there, but overall I just expect a kind of default play from Ohio.
Yes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and stick with that composition as we are going to head over and take a look at our rosters. You, Mish Esports, will be on the top right with the red side, and the Ohio State University over on the blue. And Jeremy, coming out here, it looks like we see that rush composition, but grab on the Ashen Performance on the Hanzo. Looks like the DPS are the only differences here between you, Michisport, and Ohio State, as we already started off here. Ohio State coming out on top in the eliminations. Esky, Yam, Potatoes finding 3 eliminations against you, Michisports, and with the Diva out of mech Ohio State will be taking that first team fight and building up that percentage all the way to 100%. As now it's capped, they almost stay capped there.
Yeah, so I mean, we saw Yen and Potatoes, obviously the two supports, really able to just, or the tanks, sorry, just really able to soak up all that damage that Yumish was trying to put on them. And overall, Grab with that pocket pick we saw there, a little bit different, and Hanzo as well, really coming in performance, getting those damage, and able to take that first fight pretty handily.
Looks like Yumish is on the attack, but performance and a big shatter by Potatoes already leading Ohio State strong. Hit a 3 or 4 of Yumish Esports and an early hold, Jeremy. 35% build up already. And Wither, Yumish, Reinhardt, he only is 50% away to shatter. Potatoes already had one.
Yeah, I mean, we need that shatter coming in from Yumish to see, any sort of a comeback here. It's definitely one of the most important ultimates to have here on Overwatch. And just look at that boot, management overall.
Wow.
Yan and Echo both have, their ultimates ready.
Wow, a big dragon for performance through the wall, getting everyone on the side. Yumish down very low. They had to back out. They had to heal up. But in all this time, percent is being built and performance. Ooh, hits Infinity with the headshot. Bow shot across the map. Finds Infinity, and now they're going to have to wait again. They're just waiting here. 80% build up. It's now last team fight territory for Yumish Esports.
No, they haven't even touched the point yet. 83% already coming into this next fight. They're going to have to do something soon here, or it's going to just be a sweep from Ohio State.
Oh, a big eat by Yan, taking out the Blizzard, throws in the bomb to displace. Yan picks up the kill on as the baby diva, and he's looking for more. Potatoes picking up all the eliminations. 2 now, performance cleaning it up. Yan trying to finish it off as it's just Cage on the Lucio, popping the beat, giving him shields, but it would be a swift 99%, 100%. 20%. Ohio State showing that they have come to play in the start of their playoff run.
This is exactly what I wanted to see from Ohio State. You just saw the two tanks really able to take that battle to Yumish, and Yumish really didn't have anything to respond to. You saw them trying to really get up, but it looked like their diva kept getting caught out, and with only one tank, it was really difficult for Yumish to come back in there, and they kept having to wait for respawns that just didn't seem to have any kind of effect. And Ohio State to a quick first point there, and Yumish has to do something different to try to get back into this.
And we see on this style of map on Nepal a bit of a switch on both sides. It looks like Green is on Yumish Esports is running a Symmetra, setting up those turrets on point, while Ohio State is opting for this untouchable comp, a very mobile comp. Everyone just kind of stays alive while Grab on the Pharah gets pocketed by Echo on Mercy and just tries to find a pick here, as that's exactly what they're doing. Grab looking to poke in some damage while Potatoes on the Wrecking Ball just causing disruption. Yumish bunker down on this point, and Ohio State's just trying to find a pick here. Potatoes rolls in, he falls dangerously low to half, but he gets healed up, and he's just trying to displace them. Up north, finds performance with the icicle headshot, and Ohio State is having some trouble here trying to find a pick.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is an interesting comp coming out from Ohio State, and it's going to be interesting going into this, what they can do. Yumish are already able to get up to 25% here, and it looks like they want to take a little bit more to the fight, try to get more of those respawns to happen, but, overall, Yumish just with a very powerful start here at 33%.
Here we go. Grab uses the barrage, but only finds one. And now Cage comes back with the beat. Performance finds the Green on the sim. And now with the follow-up from Potatoes and Eski, it looks like Ohio State might be able to flip this over as Eski finds 2 punches and a third along with Performance. Ohio State will be taking over this point, Jeremy, but they had to use some ultimates just to get it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that ultimate management. Yeah, Eski and Yan still have theirs saved up. Echo at 72%, but Yumish, that three of them are close, as well as Bryant already having his one. Really able to come into this next team fight strong with only 16% from Ohio State. They're gonna have to win this to stay competitive.
One ultimate comes out from Yan, trying to displace them. He's trying to get back in here. Up north drops the Blizzard. Yan unable to eat it, but Eski on the beat to keep everyone up and alive. The point flips back over to Mish in that Blizzard. Ohio State just stay off of it. And now the Diva Bomb from Infinity doesn't find anyone, but again, we're back in the original position. A huge minefield, getting everyone so low for Mish, and then Performance and Potatoes clean it up. My goodness, when you're trapped in the box like that and there's mines all around you, you are going to take some serious damage.
So that's actually some of the interesting things that I was going to comment on with Ohio State is that their comp definitely seems to be one where they just like to let Umish kind of take the point, to which then they use their bombs to kind of trap them in and do a lot of damage fast and get them low. But look at Grab over here. Wait a second.
Oh, there's the barrage. Is it gonna get anyone? No. A great defense matrix by Infinity there. As Umish walks in here, everyone's low though. Cage has to pop the beat to keep them alive. Yan gets out mech. Cage trying to keep his team healed up for Mitch. The point's still under control for Ohio State. Potatoes falling dangerously low, trying to get to mines, but he's unable to. Now Performance stalling the point out. And Green on the McCree now, finding 2 eliminations, switching over. 85% build up for Mitch. Ohio State has to get back in here quickly, but they have the ultimates in the bank.
Yeah, you see Yan actually at 79% there. Performance and Potatoes too. They're going to have to make a quick charge here at 95% for Yumish. This is looking like it's going to go to overtime.
Overtime indeed. The Blizzard comes out, but another giant minefield and Grab a barrage from outside of the Blizzard. Finds a rocket kill. Finds 2 more with 1 rocket. And he's causing havoc. Finds a 5th one with Grab. The play of the game in that team fight, taking the point back, Ohio State.
Yeah, obviously Ohio State getting threatened by overtime there. They had to go for this, and Umish is going to have to try to scramble to get this onto the point, and they're going to have to win this, or else Ohio State could sweep this from under them.
We're in last fight territory here. Umish coming back in. They have 3 ultimates, the High Noon and the Shatter. A Diva Bomb early, trying to find a kill and finds Green. Potatoes with the slam takes out Brian Tig. And with the Baptiste gone, there's not much healing. And Grab another barrage killed with 2. Builds up another barrage ultimate in just that team fight, Jeremy. And Ohio State will be taking an early lead in the series, up 1-0, looking to secure 2 more wins to win the entire series and move on. Wow, Grab right there at the end on the fair was a force to be reckoned with, especially finding 5 eliminations in that overtime push.
Yeah, Grab just absolutely decimating Umish's chances there for that second point. I mean, that was just a decisive sweep from Ohio State for that first map of Nepal. That's exactly what I wanted to see coming in here, and we keep seeing it on this second map going into this. It's going to be great. This is obviously a best of 5. Having that stamina, having that endurance to be able to play, these 3 good games, to be able to try to get a 3-0 against Umish would be everything, obviously. But, it's going to come down to if Ohio State, Performance, Yan, Grab, all of them really able to just keep that pressure going into it.
Yes, now our second map style will be hybrid, and once we get the selection from Umish there, as they get their pick, we will get that to you all. That last game, though, it's going to be really, really interesting to see if Umish can come back from this loss. It seems like they had a bit of a fight in them. It wasn't 100% win on the second map of Nepal, but it was closer, and we'll see if Ohio State can keep this momentum after taking an early lead series in this series against Umish 1-0. And hybrid style is our next map. And it seems like we're getting some subs in also for Umish. So once we take a look at them, we'll see who gets subbed in and out. Jeremy, I think we should keep an eye on Grab for this series. So performance, of course, applying pressure here and there, and Potatoes and Yan displacing the team in the front line as tanks. But Grab, the main playmaker, really here for Ohio State, finding the eliminations.
Yeah, Grab. He's gonna be sneaky. That's the thing that we see a lot of times with Grab is once he gets out and he uses his Junkrat. Sometimes he really likes to just be sneaky with those ultimates and try to get behind the enemy and get some just sweeps. So obviously going into this, we're gonna see hybrid, and he might bring out that Junkrat and see exactly what goes on.
Yes, we might see that as we head over to Kings Row, a common map for all teams selecting. Honestly, Jeremy, if it's in the map pool in whatever Overwatch tournament or playoffs you're playing it, you can guarantee teams are gonna pick Kings Row. It's a fun map to play on for both sides, attacking and defending. And Ohio State will be defending first. And looks like instead of Grab's Junkrat, we're going to see Grab's May here on the defense. Usually he does play the Junkrat on the defense, but opting off of it as we get a mirror composition. Both teams running the same heroes, all six, all the same. As you see both May's ice walls come out here, and a big freeze though on Wither. He falls dangerously low, has to get healed up, but not enough as Echo finds the elimination on Wither. And now with that, an even fight here though. It looks like Umish finds the pick. Flippy subbing in here will be finding elimination. Performance finding another one, and Umish is on the point trying to build up a tick here. It looks like they're gonna build up one at least. And Echo, you see the ultimate now. He's going to help Performance find one kill on up north in the backline. The high noon and the shatter combo. Oh my goodness, Performance finding 2 high noon kills and a flash kill on Affinity. Jeremy, that shatter and high noon combo is deadly.
McCree is deadly. I think their potato or Performance obviously is just absolute unit when it comes to using that high noon. Able to get those 2 kills right there, as well as the shatter coming in from Potatoes. Just sent Umish packing back into the start menu, and they had to come back for another attack here.
And now we see the high noon on the side of Umish as they're doing a bit of a dance around the statue. A big beat coming down. And the shatter coming out hits Yam from Umish. Wither gets frozen though. Now we're seeing the Blizzard from up north. Ultimates being used left and right. The Blizzard on point's going to make it hard for Ohio State to touch point. But they do get on it. Now Grab using his Blizzard trying to freeze some of Umish's team. He finds the Reinhardt alone. But an excellent beat by Cage. But it's not going to protect it and Taco from Performance's high noon. A beat again. My goodness, Jeremy, how many ultimates have been used here? But ultimates are not going to be enough as Performance just finds the eliminations with his revolver.
Performance, putting on great performance. We saw in the first map he decided not to he decided not to, put out his McCree. And I think, Umish was doubting it a little bit, but, we see Performance there just able to sweep the team back to the start menu again. And Umish, only a minute 28 with 91 seconds. They got to do something now.
Wow, back in the action. Potatoes just charging face forward, finds Wither on the pin, and then finds another kill as well. And that was a clean and quick fight, building up ultimates again for Ohio State. They almost have 6 ultimates in the bank. They are up ahead on ultimates, and there's only a minute left for Umish. And Potatoes, what are you doing? No, Potatoes. He's hiding. He's looking for it. Do they see it? It's a big shatter! Oh my goodness! They didn't catch Potatoes on the side, and he is 4 down. And the quick cleanup team kill, except Cage getting back to the spawn point. Oh, I saw it on the rear eye, Jeremy, and they did not. Oh my goodness.
36 seconds. I mean, 91% on that point. Umish has to do something. That this next team fight, there's 5 ultimates still for Ohio State, and only 2 on the side of Umish. This could just be it.
I don't know. Flippy has to get a high noon big play here He pops it. A perfectly timed ice block from Grab. The beat comes out, and now Performance looking for the high noon and finds two himself. A Shatter comes out, only hits Performance, but all of Ohio State players clicked Q, and that's going to be enough as time winds down. UMich will only build up roughly 60-70% of point A, and on Ohio State's attack here, that is all they need to do to take this map of Kings Row. Actually, 91%, 91.8%, a little higher than I thought.
So I think the real question we're gonna have to ask ourselves here, Joel, is what are we gonna see coming out of Ohio State here? Are we gonna see what I
Oh
think we're
man,
gonna see?
yeah, I hope so. I hope so. We'll see if we see the Bastion strat with the Sim teleport on top of the turret. I mean, Ohio State's famous for that, so we get 5 seconds to see the hero lineup. I'm hoping to see a Bastion, Jeremy. Come on. I'm really hoping. Yes!
Uh-oh,
Yes, we
here it
do!
is.
Come on. I hope they stick with it. This is such a fun composition. And honestly, Jeremy, with only 91.8% to be built up to win this map on Kings Row, this comp is so good for just an early team fight win. You
Yep.
just win the point very quickly. So of course, I think you run this, and it's also so exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Performance is able to perform on top of that, tower and be able to get all the kills. We're going to have to see, though. Here we go.
Indeed. We get into Ohio State's attack here as we switch it over to the Mercy, and we see Creepy crawling away. Now, Infinity might have seen this on D.Va, and they do. D.Va does see it here, and they're trying to be a bit aggressive here. The main wall comes out, a little bit awkward, but the teleporter is enough. And look at this Performance on the flank. How are they going to deal with him? He finds 3 elimination and 4. Oh my goodness, Jeremy. How did he get through that teleporter? It was destroyed very quickly, but the only one that got through was Performance, as Ohio State builds up that 91.8%, and that will do it. A tremendous play for Ohio State. Performance sneaking through that teleporter right before it was destroyed, and they had a perfect angle on the flank on the high ground when the rest of the team was just in front of UMich. He was in the back laying down at their backs. Ohio State taking an early series lead here 2-0, and we are trying to see a sweep here against UMich, Jeremy. That would be exciting.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just talk for a second about just, UMich's strategy here on trying to push, that back. They definitely, in my opinion, had the correct idea there. They teched for it, and unfortunately, Performance, though, just able to get through that teleporter. The only person able to get through there is the person that they needed to, getting the backs of the entire team for UMich, and just able to sweep 4 kills off and get the point in quick succession. Like you said, it's a very quick team fight that happens when they run that composition, and usually they win it. So in terms of the fact that UMich was unable to get the first point, that just seemed like the no-brainer.
It was a no-brainer to go, but again, props to UMich's strategy though, to be aggressive, but they like you said, the one person they want to catch out Performance on the Bastion is the one person that got through the teleporter before it was destroyed, and the rest is history as we see Ohio State taking the early series lead here and showing just some great Overwatch in the start of this playoffs. It was a bit of warm-up game as we get started here in this run, but again, we don't want to slack too much because the reverse sweep, it's always possible, so we want to close this one out as quickly as we can. Performance now taking the reins on the DPS in that game, Jeremy. I'm curious who's going to take the reins of the DPS eliminations in our third map style, which will be Escort.
Yeah, so I think, Grab and Performance really have just been doing a tremendous job in general. And, overall with this next map, which it sounds like it's going to be Rialto from the sound of it, is going to definitely come down to who's able to fulfill that, very high, high reward DPS role. I think Grab, showed some great promise on that first map. Performance obviously coming in with the Bastion, easily one of, the most memorable plays of that game, but I think Grab overall plays just a very consistent game, and coming into this next map, it's going to be interesting who gets the kind of DPS head role.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And as we get over to Rialto shortly, it's going to be interesting style of what compositions they play as well. Will they stick with the rush comp that they have been and it's been working? So, like we were talking about earlier, Ohio State just sticking with that rush comp. Something they practice in scrims. I know Respawn, the team analysts, have been talking to. That's what they practice, so they stick with it, and they are very, very good with it, as we see taking that the early 2-0 lead here in this series. We'll be getting over to Rialto shortly here. Our third map, Ohio State trying to take this series win 3-0 and move forward into the next round of playoffs. And honestly, I know, Jeremy, we've been talking about the DPS for Ohio State a lot, but we can't forget about our support players, Eski and Echo. Eski behind the line through comms and a bit of a team leader, making sure everyone keeps in line, and also Echo, his main support, flex support, on the Baptiste, keeping all of the teammates of Ohio State up Potatoes, Yam, Performance, and Grab so they can get those eliminations. So we don't want to forget about our lovely support players for Ohio State, Eski and Echo, as we get into this match here of Rialto payload style map. And it looks like Jeremy, Ohio State sticking with that rush comp, but Grab on the jump grab.
Yeah, sneaky Junkrat here. We're gonna have to see if we see any sneaky ults coming in from Grab. Definitely one of the players to look out for here as we move on to this map.
Oh, you know he's gonna do it. You know he's gonna try to do it. He's gonna try to get. He's gonna try to get a 4K with that sneak hammer. So he's trying to build it up with that ultimate tire, and he's already 70% of the way there. He will build that ultimate very quickly. 82%, now 90%. He basically has it before Yumish is even close to any of their ultimates. Grab trying to build that ultimate up. He has it now. Will he use it? Trying to find a position. The early tire comes out, and he finds Wither with the main tank down. That gives so much space for Ohio State to move in. Potatoes ice wall, but now he has the support of his team, and Yan in the back line uncontested. Grab finding the double concussion mine kill, and he's already 30% to his next ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, Performance, we're gonna have to see where this high noon takes them.
He's sneaking too. Performance and Grab, Jeremy, they just love using flank ultimates all the time. Look at this. He's on the high ground. They don't know where he is. He's waiting for the call from Eski, and he drops on the high ground. He pops the high noon in the back line. A good main wall by Up North, but with the main wall up, the rest of the Ohio State's team walks in. Up North falling dangerously low, Wither falling to Performance. Echo picking up 2 eliminations, and now Infinity is taking a swim off into the river right there as he regroups with his team.
It's a beautiful place. I mean, definitely a nice river to swim in, but I think you should be focusing on getting back into UMich Esports and getting back into this next team fight, because with the 2 minutes left, they need to do so. Oh no!
It's
Wait
Grab's
a second.
turn. It's Grab's turn.
No.
He has his ultimate. He's gonna go for the flank. They see him in the back line. The high noon comes out. He's looking to find kill. He pops the big shatter. He finds 2. Oh wow! Over the building with the concussion mine to find 2 eliminations, and now the Divas, she's relaxing in the pool. She likes going back into that stream. And all right, are we gonna see Performance again on the flank with the high noon? I hope not. He's every time. Let's see where he goes. He's going up to the high ground. Okay, a high noon on the high ground. We'll see how this works out here as you Mish walking into the main wall, doesn't find anything, and now he's just trying to find kills, and he finds 3. The Reinhardt shield of Wither was melted by some of the bullets, and the rest of Yumish team takes a swim in the stream. And now Ohio State, with a minute holding, only needs to hold for a minute, and Yumish Esports though has the ultimates. Jeremy, they have built up those ultimates.
They have, yeah, 5 ultimates, and Green getting close at, or I mean, not even close at 30%, I should say. But this has to be kind of their push to be able to get the payload to at least the first point.
They have to do something here. Up north has the Blizzard. Yan trying to look for it, trying to eat that way and negate that ultimate. Up north trying to make some plays. Eski drops the beat, and the Blizzard comes out now. Now the bomb comes out and finds Potatoes. Grab with the tire though, finds Wither. Both Reinhardt's out of the fight. Green finds his counterpart. Grab taking another elimination and keep the Ohio State in this team fight. With 10 seconds left though, Yumish used 4 ultimates and they had to get back in here. Now Infinity taking another swim. The shatter coming out from Wither. He won't be able to touch, and overtime is triggered. Potatoes trying to build up his ultimate now to get them back in the fight. Grab just popping a squat behind the amplification window and finds 2. Clean it up, and an excellent concussion mine to keep Affinity off the payload. Ohio State will be holding Yumish halfway to point A on Rialto. And Ohio State trying to close this one out early, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Performance and Grab. Both of them just really wanted to get sneaky, get into those backlines, and it worked out, just in spades. You saw Ohio State, a lot of the players were just staying up in front, and as soon as, Grab and Performance got behind, Yumish just kind of fell apart. Everyone was looking every which way, and, the Ohio State was just really able to capitalize on that and defend the point for just so long.
Well, I think it's a really deadly combo that Ohio State has. You have Performance and Grab on the flank with their ultimates or just their DPS characters. So then if you're trying to focus on them, then you have Eski, Speed Boosted, Potatoes, and Yan, the tank line, right in front of your face. And then you have them to deal with. And then Echo is just healing the tanks, Potatoes, and Yan, so they don't die. And who do you focus on? It's really hard to focus on one single target there.
That's the exact thing that Yumish was having trouble with, was just, obviously you saw up north was trying to create those ice walls to try to, get the, his team just to be, more protected, but Ohio State was coming at him from all angles. So, popping that ice wall definitely left some exposure from the side of Ohio State.
Yes, it will. And now we see Performance on his Widowmaker, a very deadly Widowmaker he has. Potatoes found himself on the high ground here as he's walking down, trying to create space for his team and building up that ultimate. A pin on the Reinhardt. He's in deep. Will he be able to get healed? And an excellent defense. Oh my goodness. Immortality Field. I couldn't remember the name. An Immortality Field dropped by Echo. You can't forget about our supports, everyone. As Ohio State will find the rest of the elimination, Yan cleans it up, and Ohio State will be taking this series win 3-0 against Yumish Esports, taking a dominant win in this first round. We see Grab here with play of the game, most likely one of his tires, and no, he'll be after. Oh, the double elimination here. One, and it should be another one right here with the concussion mine. Yes, and then Infinity taking a swim. Ohio State winning this series 3-0 and moving on to round 2. And right now, Jeremy, Ohio State looks unbeatable.
Yeah, they looked just fantastic there. They played a nice tight game on defense. They were able to really just, capitalize on a lot of different points that they were making on offense. And overall, Ohio State just keeping it very competitive, not, keeping that pressure up. Yumish just really had a lot of trouble with the pressure that Ohio State was giving, and it looked like Ohio State was, giving them no space. They felt constricted. They felt like, obviously Performance and Grab could be at any point of the map on that game 3, and Yumish just really had trouble with dealing with their DPSs.
It really was. As we were talking about right at the end, when you have two DPS characters flanking with their ultimates, you have to focus on them, but then you have the rest of the team with Yen and Potatoes in the front line getting supported by both supports. It's hard to deal with, and we saw Mish Esports struggled with that, but that was great for Ohio State as they take this series win 3-0 over UMich and move on to round 2. An excellent match here for this first round of ABC Overwatch playoffs right here. Now we'll be going over to a 30-minute break because our next match doesn't start till later. Round 2, we have finished early, so a 3-0 sweep. We'll have to wait to see who our next opponent is in round 2. But stick around with us. 30-minute break, and hopefully we'll be back and notify all of you who our next opponent is in our playoff run. Hello, Ohio State fans. Welcome back to Ohio State Overwatch Esports. Some notifications just to give you. We have received the results of who we are facing. We will be playing the University of Texas Dallas UTD Esports. However, that match will be going live at 5. So please stick around. Please be patient. Get some snacks, some popcorn, a drink of water, or some pop, and sit back and relax. At 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we will be back with you with Overwatch content. So please stick around until our match of round 2, Sweet 16, Ohio State University Overwatch versus UTD Esports. Hello, welcome back everyone for Ohio State esports content. Overwatch is the name of the game we are bringing you today. Welcome back after that very long break. We had a very long break into our second round because we swept U of Nish Esports, that team up North 3-0, and moving on to round 16, or Sweet 16. It's round 2. My goodness. I'm getting confused. I need to get back in the zone after that long break here. But a quick shout out to looking at the rest of the bracket. Another Ohio team, Jeremy, the Redhawks, Miami. Look at that, huh? You want to talk about that one?
Sure, absolutely. In the first round, the Redhawks were faced with a very hard battle against Midland University Warriors, who was 8th seed coming into this. And it looks like decisively the Redhawks were able to take them down and move on to that Sweet 16 where they will face off against UF Orange. And, it's going to obviously be a hard uphill battle for the Redhawks. But, Miami, another Ohio team, like you said, really, showing that Ohio is a powerhouse for competitive collegiate TESPA action.
Indeed, again, the phrase goes Ohio against the world, and we support our other Ohio schools and universities here. Redhawks pulling an upset off of the 8th ranked team, and now facing against UF Orange, the seeded 9 team. So we'll see if they can pull off another upset. We'll see if we can track their action along the way. But let's get back to Ohio State action. Ohio State Overwatch will be facing off against UTD Esports, the University of Texas Dallas, and a closer matchup. Both teams a little closer in seed A here. Ohio State seeded number 5 and UTD Esports seeded number 12, and it should be a more exciting match. Hopefully not a clean sweep, but if it is, I won't be complaining, Jeremy.
Yeah, absolutely. UTD obviously one of the higher seeds right now coming into this, going to be the, kind of the next hurdle that Ohio State has to go through in order to secure, that overall victory in this bracket. Another team to look out for, we saw a pretty decisive victory, Harrisburg University, the 4th seed coming into this. And if Ohio State wins here, potentially the next kind of hurdle they're going to have to play in that top 8 round of 3, was able to take down UCLA Esports pretty decisively, UCLA being 29th coming into this. Got to obviously shout out my hometown, Harrisburg, obviously coming in with some very strong stuff. Harrisburg, we played them in the regular season. Obviously, Harrisburg brought their all and was able to take the win against us. But, it looks like we may be able to see that rematch coming into round 3 if we win here.
All right, I'll let you share some love for your hometown. You get one, Jeremy. But yes, that'll be an exciting rematch. But first, Ohio State must beat UTD Esports in the best of 3 series. First to 3, best of 5. First to 3, best of 5 here. As we start off with Control, once again, Nepal is the map style for today in today's matches. And looking back in the matchup against U of Nish Esports, Nepal was very, very strong for Ohio State. We saw the rush comp on the inside style map, and then we saw this untouchable, very mobile composition on the outside style map, and Ohio State was able to secure the win 2-0. Jeremy, do you think we're going to be seeing the same thing?
So I think the real thing to look out for, is kind of what's going to be on those DPS rules. You saw, with that inside comp, like you said, we saw Hanzo, definitely a pocket pick coming out. And obviously, you'd see more of a McCree style from a lot of the players over at, something like UMish, where they had a McCree as their DPS role. But Performance brought it all and, definitely, did a lot with that McCree, with that Hanzo, and it really brought out a lot. So it's going to be interesting coming into this. I think, like I said, with that kind of confidence boost coming into that, 3-0 victory in that first round, we're going to see more defaults. No reason to break anything that, isn't, or fix anything that isn't broken. And I think that's kind of the style that Ohio State kind of has adopted, is that, consistently we are some of the best. And I think that's what we're going to see here.
Yes, and as we get over to looking at the teams, UT Dallas Esports is over on the right. They're running this rush composition, and the other outside map, Jeremy. We see Ohio State opting to run this untouchable composition. Performance on the tracer, very mobile, and also potatoes on the handbid, and they're just kind of looking for a pick here as Grab spams rockets into the rest of the team, trying to find an elimination. But just being safe, staying alive here. Potatoes gets frozen. Performance just okay. Building up that pulse bomb in Ohio State on the point in the blue side. It's trying to cap this point. They get close, but UT does able to get back on it and trying to turn it over here. But Potatoes get dangerously low though, able to get the shield, able to get the med pack. Blank finding the headshot ice cool on performance though. Now, Kinetic has the beat, and the barrage comes out, but Tinspire on the Diva able to eat that up, and Kinetic able to find the elimination. Now, UTD able to find the kills here and Grab with the barrage in a good position, but UTD was able to react to it as they cap point first here, building up their percent.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting. We see, obviously, an ultimate already coming in from Potatoes. Eski up to 97, Echo at 86 as well. 3 ultimates on the side of UT Dallas stored up, ready to go. That high noon from Arrow is going to be interesting to watch. But, obviously, Grab with these bombs could be everything in this next attack.
Well, here, and just as you say that, the bombs comes out, and it does find Arrow trading off here. Echo falls though as Mercy gets hit by the Deadeye. Now it's just Eski on the support, and all of the Ohio State team members are low. Yan gets out met. Potatoes very low here. Eski trying to do what he can along with Grab and Performance. Grab does fall now, but Performance finds the kill on Louis. Reinhardt's out of the fight here, and that might just be what they need here. Potatoes finds Blink. The beat comes out from Kinetic. And now they're trying to turn this tide and build up percentage for UT Dallas. But Ohio State coming in, building up those ultimates. Performance already has another pulse bomb. Yan has the bomb, and Potatoes close to another mine, but they're still struggling to get in here. The bomb goes in from Yan, doesn't find any, but able to displace the rest of the team and almost cap here. The pulse bomb gets eaten by Tinspire. Very unfortunate as Performance falls to a flashbang, and with 80% build up, Ohio State has to regroup here for one last fight.
Yeah, I mean, we only see one ultimate on the side of Ohio State. Grab and is the only one with it. Eski, the only one anywhere near close, and 5 ultimates saved up from the side of UT Dallas. This next team fight is definitely at a slight disadvantage from Ohio State, just from the ultimates alone.
Grab's gonna have to find a big play here with the barrage as Arrow with the high noon just separate them, keep them off the point, hits Potatoes for a lot. Now the barrage comes in and he finds one, he finds Louis, but gets taken out by Tinspire. Blink coming out with a blizzard though, Tinspire clean it up, solo tanky here for UT Dallas now. Eski with a beat to keep some team members alive, Performance left on point here, but he gets taken out, and UTD Esports coming out pretty strong here, actually, Jeremy, with 100% to 0.
Yeah, I think Ohio State definitely tried their best to keep the outside. I think, looking at Ohio State in general in terms of Nepal, they seem to want to keep that inside as kind of their pocket. They were able to get 100% from Umish basically on that inside. So coming into this next fight, it's going to be interesting what happens.
Yeah, I'm curious what we see here, and we do see some switches here for Ohio State. Honestly, a big factor I feel like that plays into this is Ohio State finished their match in 30 minutes, and then they had to wait an hour and 30 minutes here. UT Dallas finished their match in an hour and 30 minutes and only had to wait 30 minutes. So, I mean, you do the math, Jeremy. UT Dallas is a little bit more stretched, we would say, here in this matchup as both teams engaged here. Ohio State opted to run the main and Grab on the sim, and Arrow on the high ground though picks out Echo from underneath. That's very unfortunate, and Louis charges in here, and now the kills are coming in for UT Dallas. Ohio State trying to find something here. Performance just stalling this point out for as long as he can, but it looks like he'll be taken out here. And UT Dallas now capping this point here. Ohio State needs to regroup once again and figure out how to attack.
Yeah, definitely a heads up play from Performance, trying to get, as much as they can on that contesting point to make sure that, they have enough time to regroup and not, not have UT Dallas kind of get this one out of hand. But, getting into this next team fight, it's going to be difficult.
Indeed, and it looks like Arrow's posted a lot of problem for for Ohio State. That's going to be a target they'll have to focus on here as we get re-engaged. Ohio State does flip here, and Eski now in the back line finds Blank on the mate, and Louis now falling as well to Yan. Arrow picking up one kill, trying to even it out here, but now Echo finds Arrow, and Ohio State is going to clean UT Dallas up here as they're trying to find some stagger kills away, but the support seems like they get out. And oh well, Tinspire didn't get out here, Jeremy, and that's going to be a very dangerous stagger, a very long one, as they're going to have to wait for Tinspire to rejoin them.
That's huge. 33% already from the side of Ohio State, and they have to wait for their second, tank player to be able to respawn to get back into this fight. 39%, and it looks like Tinspire really just got there. 90% on their ultimate, but look, Potatoes has his ultimate ready. Same with Yan, and here we go.
And now they're sending in the Shatter here. Now the window comes out, they're going to get back. Some of them do. So the window's out, but the big Shatter and the counter Shatter from Reinhardt for Potatoes to stop any engagement here. The beat comes out, and the wall from the May is going to help them displace the team. But now Potatoes falls. Now Ohio State has to do it without him, but it looks like it's going to be a problem as UTD will recap point. But Ohio State building up 70%, and Performance has the Blizzard.
Yeah, absolutely. Performance Blizzards is going to be the thing to look out for. Grab as well has their ultimate too on the side of UTD. It looks like Blank and Kinetic have their ultimates ready, and already 52% on Louis with that Reinhardt Shatter. 35% on UT Dallas's side, and this fight it could decide basically who takes this away. Because if Ohio State flips this, I don't know how much time UT Dallas is going to have left.
It's going to be hard as we see the teleport come out, a triple flashbang. Kinetic uses the beat to keep everyone alive. Potato's looking for a charge, but he does fall. Now it's just Yan. Blizzard being used on the point, and now another Blizzard being used from the side of UT Dallas. They're trying to freeze the entire point here. It's very cold as the Arrow uses the high noon and finds one. Eski now falls, both supports. But look at this, Jeremy. Ohio State was able to flip this point in all the confusion, and now Potatoes is just stalling this to build up more percent. So it stopped UT Dallas building up to close to 99%, and now Ohio State has another team fight.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to basically come down to who wins this next team fight, because there's not enough time really for another one. It's going to just have to be, some staggers, and this team fight could be everything.
Ohio State has to be careful. A big shatter from Louis hits forward, but Echo with an excellent immortality field to keep everyone alive, and that might be the turning factor here. Yan with the Diva Bomb, and Eski finds Louis, and a huge play. Kinetic unable to get his beat, and the beat comes out from Eski. Support play excellent. Echo with the huge play on the immortality field. Yan finding Skullix now. He won't be able to touch. Blink teleports in. He'll be able to trigger overtime here, but he's dangerously low, and he's going to fall low, and the Shatter's going to take him out. Now, let's just clean up here, folks, as Ohio State triggering overtime and taking it down, and Ohio State will be tying Nepal up 1-1. That immortality field with the 4-man shatter from Louis, Echo throwing out that shield to keep everyone still alive was huge.
Yeah, and obviously coming into this, that was a very close point, and we're gonna obviously move to the third point here to see who takes that first map. But, obviously Ohio State looked like they wanted to go back to a more default strategy. And look at this Hanzo on the side of Performance now as we move on to that last point. I could definitely see Ohio State taking this last point, given just how strong they are on that inside point.
I think it's all about that first map. Get those stretches in and get get the jitters out after taking an hour and a half break. It looks like Ohio State is back in this game, trying to take an early series lead on Nepal. Performance on the Hanzo. We know it's deadly. We know Grab on the Ash is also a force to be reckoned with. And Potatoes and Yan combo on the tanks, it spells trouble as Ohio State engages UT Dallas here. Both teams trying to find an opening, trying to find some elimination. Performance just sniping down. Arrow on the flank trying to find something, but unable to find anything as Grab is pressuring him. Grab throws the dynamite in, but a good time shield from Tinspire. Immortality
Ooh.
field gone, and there's the opening. Performance snagging the headshot on Kinte. And now, look at this. Potatoes like, I'm coming in, man. I'm walking in, and he's making space. And with everyone on the edge, Etzky finds the boop on Tinspire, and Ohio State will be taking control of this point in Nepal, building up that percent.
Yeah, you saw definitely that back and forth. It looked like a nice 50-50 going on that first team fight. But as soon as, we saw the DPS's able to, performance obviously getting that very crucial headshot on Kinetic, things just kind of fell apart for UT Dallas, and they're scrambling to go back.
There is a big shot from both sides. Louis finds it, but not Potatoes. He gets canceled out, but a great beat, and the double boop from Etzky coming in, finds the double boop off into the center pit, and Ohio State is rolling out here, pushing UTD back into their spawn point.
Yeah, look at those stagger kills. I mean, obviously UT Dallas has the, advantage of being so close to their spawn, but those kills in the backfield are just, adding more percentages for Performance's ultimate. Yan's at 94%, Echo already has it, and this next team fight, Era's going to have to try to go big.
Arrow has to find something big here. He finds Grab in the back line. Is it going to be enough? A dragon through the middle with a Diva Bomb displacing everyone makes it very dangerous as Potatoes finds his counterpart. Blink throwing out the Blizzard, but is it going to catch Potatoes? It does, but he has the lamp to keep him up. And Echo, what masterful support play from Echo, keeping Potatoes up with the immortality field, Jeremy, and keeping that fight alive.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously talk about the tanks and the DPS so much, but, Eski and Echo in the backfield, Eski obviously being the shot caller for Ohio State, and, Echo with just the support role, really able to come in clutch and keep his team alive, and you're just ready for the next team fight.
Ohio State trying to finish this out here. Everyone falls dangerously low. The B comes out from UT Dallas Kinetic. And he gets booped off. He's trying to fight Performance in the 1v1. Arrow takes him out. Lots of ultimates being used for UT Dallas Esports. And it looks like with, I think, 4 ultimates used, UT Dallas will be taking a point over to start building that percentage up. But Ohio State has 3 in the bank, and only UTD has Arrow's high noon.
Yeah, I mean, obviously 99% already on the side of Ohio State. A very strong performance from this inside side of C, and, they could just take it right here, and it looks like they want to go for it.
They're being aggressive here, very aggressive, and Etzky, another environmental kill elimination on Blink, and with the ultimate advantage, Ohio State able to throw in the bomb on the point, and he's doing something, and Etzky picking up 3 eliminations in that team fight, and after going down in this Nepal control map, Ohio State pulls the reverse sweep up 2-1 and taking this early lead series in Nepal. And I think, Jeremy, Ohio State has woken up now from that 1.5 hour break.
Yeah, so I think there were definitely some cobwebs in that first, point where you saw just a lot of overall, some problems with communications, with teamwork. But then, in game 2, they obviously came back, were able to take a lot of space, just win those team fights, and obviously the DPS really showing up for that. And then game 3, just being able to keep those players alive. You saw a lot of the support players, Eski and Echo, both of them really just coming alive and able to take their team to the next level and keep them in the fight. And it showed. You saw basically 99% to 0 on that third point where they didn't even touch a UTD, just were unable to even touch the point until the very, very end. And then Ohio State in that last team fight was just able to sweep it.
And Esky and Echo, props to them. Echo was playing phenomenally in that last match. I definitely have to give Esky and Echo the just that match. They were phenomenal. Echo with the perfectly timed immortality fields to counteract a four-man shatter, and then Esky with the beefs and picking up those environmental kills to help his team secure the control point of Nepal and take this early lead in the series. What an excellent match here. And Ohio State, they are playing their game. And if they continue to play their game, we might see another 3-0 sweep here against UTD Esports. Hopefully we do. Our next style of map is hybrid, of course, and UTD will be selecting that map. We will wait for their map choice here. But again, talking about this last match, a little bit about UTD Esports. Arrow does have a nice McCree and nice hit scan, and he was posing a problem a little bit for grab on the Farah and also some other characters and players for Ohio State. But after we got into our more comfortable maps and we switched over to that Rush mirror comp, it was a lot more comfortable for Ohio State, and we have got the confirmation for our hybrid map. Jeremy, can you guess what it is? It's Kings Row. Of course it is.
I really think it's going to be interesting coming into this. And, Kings Row, we've seen it many times in the regular season. We've seen it in the placements, and the question's really going to come down to, are we going to see the Bastion turret again?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see if Ohio State is on the attacker defense here. But, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Jeremy. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. With that strat, it's always exciting to see, and it works. And we saw it work even in a more miraculous way in the U of Mish game that we just saw just a couple hours ago. So we'll be heading over to that shortly once that match gets started up here. We definitely want to be looking out for that strat, but it seems, Jeremy, that the mirror composition of this Rush comp with Ryan Diva, Lucio Bap, and then McCree, May, or the DPS slots a little bit flexible, but it seems like Ohio State, when they switched over to that, they were winning those team fights.
Yeah, so, they obviously had a few picks that were definitely less conservative on that first point, but then when they kind of moved to their kind of default, you did just see an overall edge on the side of Ohio State on those team fights. So, it's going to be interesting coming into here. I think they're going to say a little more default coming into it, and overall, I'm just excited to see what they bring to Kings Row.
I'm excited. Kings Row, always a fan favorite map and a player favorite map, as we see our second run of Kings Row here in tonight's action and the first 3 rounds of ABC Collegiate Championship playoffs. And it looks like Ohio State will be sticking with this rush composition, but over on UTD Esports, we see Arrow peeking the Widowmaker, but maybe not, and Blank also peeking the Sombra, but they won't be playing either. That it's a mirror match. Ohio State and UT Dallas Esports running both the same heroes, as we see Performance taking an angle on the in the hotel. But now, going back with his team, Ohio State engaging. Potatoes getting walled off, but able to get out of there. Esky falling to the half, but he gets healed back up. And right now, it's kind of just about McCree's here. Arrow and Performance trying to find some eliminations, trying to find states. A good wall, but it accidentally gets him up in the air just a little bit too close. Window come out from Skullix, but Ohio State's just pushing in past it. It's not even be able to be used. Ohio State being aggressive. Both Reinhardt's fine. Now Performance popping the high noon. He's trying to make some use of it, but it's not going to be enough here. May falls to Esky with the boot kill. Now they're trying to find some more kills to make this fight a little more even. Potatoes trying to rejoin them as quickly as they can. The window might be enough for Potatoes to get them back into this fight. Yam has the Diva Bomb. Esky has the beat. Grab has the Blizzard. Arrow copy the high noon. They're going to have to rotate. No one gets eliminated. Now the beat comes out and Yan pops the bomb. Kinect uses the beat. Now ultimates are coming out from both sides of Ohio State and UTD. A blizzard gets eaten by Tinspire. We won't be seeing that as Potatoes falls and now Yan, both tanks for Ohio State are eliminated, and UTD trying to clean this up here as Louis finds Eski, and now UTD will be capping point A. What a long team fight. It's almost, Jeremy, seemed like there was 2 fights in one.
Yeah, you obviously saw that first part where Potatoes fell, but the rest of the team for Ohio State was really able to defend and push them back. Potatoes able to rejoin that fight for what seemed like part B, where UT Dallas, they had Blank with that amazing blizzard and overall just great team play from UT Dallas. We saw Arrow tried to get that high noon off, was able to take a lot of the shield off from Potatoes, and Potatoes and Louis both have their shatters now. So going into this next team fight, it's going to be big.
Gonna be a rock, paper, scissors. It's huge! It hits all 6! Oh my goodness, a huge share from Potatoes blocking Louis, and then coming back and hits all 6 of UT Dallas Esports. My goodness, Jeremy, you were just talking about it, and we saw big results for Potatoes.
Yeah, like you said, it was basically a 50-50, a rock, paper, scissors on who was able to capitalize on their shatter, and Potatoes getting all 6 with the shatter. Oh wait.
Oh no.
Look at performance over here.
Performance. Poya's classic maneuver, the flank high noon. He finds Air 1. Now he's in the back line. He's gave the support from Eski, and now Potatoes able to find flank. Performance falling. No. Potatoes get caught out by Tinspire. This might be bad because UTD has close respawn points. Will they be able to push it through the choke? Ohio State trying to hold on to this. A wall coming out. Yam might have to look for the bomb. The window might be enough here. Eski falls to Arrow though. Ohio State might need to regroup here. The blizzard comes out, but I don't know where it went actually. It must have been canceled. Grab trying to use his ultimate to hold it, but now Ohio State has to regroup here for another hold.
Yeah, so 2 minutes and 44 seconds on this point, and obviously UT Dallas is going as fast as they can on this Blank, getting a little bit of damage there, but Potatoes has his shatter again. He's gonna have to come big with that.
Maybe he has it, but the immortality wheel comes out, but it's not going to be enough as UTD able to be aggressive here. But Jeremy, no one's on the point. It's not moving. There's only one person. Now, will Ohio State able to have enough time? 4 people on the cart rolling in here. Yan might be trying to touch here as Eski tries to get everyone back into the fight, but it doesn't look like Ohio State will. They're just going to regroup here and take an early team fight.
Yeah, so you see obviously you have to have players on the payload. It's not the most fun job to do, but it is very important in order to keep that payload going. And UT Dallas was really caught unaware.
And the high noon doesn't find any, and Potatoes also doesn't find anyone, but is able to push UTD back. So now they'll have to re-engage here. Ohio State trying to hold this. The high noon comes out from Arrow. Kinetic uses a beat. Eski uses a beat. Both teams have tons of shields, and the Tinspire looking for the bomb. And the boom from Kinetic finds performance off the map. Grab on Blink and finds it. Now Skolix finds Eski though. One support gone. Grabs, finds Kinetic though. He's out of the fight. Both Lucio's not there. And with the Bob on the point doing something, as Ash always yells, is able to set UTD back to their spawn point to regroup here, but they're ready to fight here.
Yeah, it's going to come down to this team fight. We see no one currently has an ultimate saved up. Blank is the closest one at 90%. No one really on OSU. So, this is going to come down to just overall team play.
Blank has the blizzard. Yan really trying to look for it, trying to negate that ultimate. Tinspire gone. Arrow on the high noon. Now Yan's there and gets out mech. With no mech, Blank has a free blizzard here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He drops a blizzard, finds Echo Frozen, trying to eliminate him, and he does. Now Grab on the Ash, trying to build up another Bob here, just to stall the cart. 2 meters away, he falls to 1 HP, but then dies. Yan, last person for Ohio State to stall and touch this. He gets out of mech here. He's trying to get it back. Potatoes falls, and now Echo eliminated. And Ohio State just trying to stall this out a little bit more, but they won't. UT Dallas Esports will be finishing Kings Row with 1 minute and 38 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so it's definitely important for OSU to be able to try to get, as much as they can in terms of that contesting because, every second counts, especially for these types of maps where, you can have extra time if this goes into a tiebreaker.
Yes, extra time is always important on hybrids maps. Finishing the map with at least 0.1 second in the bank will give you another chance to attack if the other team also finish. So there will be an overtime attack and defense. And UT Dallas did just that, finishing Kings Row with 1 minute and 38 seconds. Now, Ohio State will be attacking, and I'm curious to see if Ohio State tries the batch strat. This rush comp with blank on the May and arrow on the McCree. It seemed to work on the attack, but will work on the defense. I'm curious.
Yeah, I think it really depends on whether or not, Ohio State is going to go for this Bastion combo. It looks like they're going to try to stay with only 14 seconds left. It's very unlikely. Oh, wait.
Oh, nope. I
Oh,
told
no,
you.
no.
I told you it could switch.
Oh, here
And
it
that's
is.
exactly here it is. I told you there was 10 seconds left. Like it can switch. You can switch heroes quickly. As you see Ohio State crawling out here, being very quiet. As they're walking out here, trying to set up the TP. Grab about to drop the teleport here on top. He places it down right about. No, it looks like they're dropping over to the high ground on the right. It catches them off guard. This isn't on top of the tower. They haven't been practicing for this. They're on top of the right side. Now they're able to flank around here, able to get onto the high ground, and now they're able to get in a better position. This is unnatural for Ohio State. Potatoes has made, though. He doesn't want to take that 1v1. And now Performance on the high ground with 3 different windows. Potatoes falls to the main, and the Bastion teleport comes out, looking for Diva out of mech here, falls dangerously low. Now looking for the Reinhardt, gets rid of the Immortality field. He's being pocketed and healed by Eski on Mercy. Now he's on the low ground. Yan able to find some kills. Potatoes has rejoined the fight. Now Grab is in the interesting place, but he teleports out. Ohio State building up 3%, and Performance is just looking up her point. Will UT Dallas able to touch? They do right before the point is captured. But Performance now, what are they going to do with him? The Bastion turret is looking over point. He's looking for more kills. He gets walled off, but while he's getting walled off, the rest of the team for Ohio State is in and finding kills, and they will cap point A with 5 minutes remaining. And a little change, Jeremy, for that Bastion strat TPA. Not going to that traditional on top of the tower because UT Dallas was probably prepared. They took a different angle and it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, these teams have obviously done their research. You got to imagine as they come into the second round, they know that Ohio State loves to do that Bastion combo. And so, a lot of times Ohio State, will attempt to do kind of a counter where, they'll only have maybe the Grab have the teleport go down. But, here they just teleported to a completely different location and UT Dallas was just caught blindsided.
Yes, and now the Bastion turret in the back line. He's trying to make something happen. But while he's in the back line, it looks like Ohio State's losing some. Etski with the punch and the res making big mercy plays here. Solo Gary and Potatoes on the primal range might be enough. Mercy trying to fight the Reinhardt alone, and Potatoes finally 4 eliminations. And Eski, you can't do everything, but you did enough to secure that team play. Ohio State coming on top and trying to roll into point B.
Yeah, look at how much space Ohio State has already taken with 3 minutes and 40 left for them. They're gonna get extra time here, obviously, once they cap this. But overall, UT Dallas is definitely put in pressure situation right now.
UT Dallas has another fight here. Arrow coming in and finding Eski. The slam comes down from Yan, but he's not going to find any except the rock. Kinetic drops the beat to keep Blank and himself alive. UT Dallas trying to finish this out here. Grab has the shield. That's going to be a lot of shield to be eat through. The Diva Bomb not going to make anything. Potatoes in the back line, able to find 2 kills. And look at this performance just behind the big shield. And now making progress. Ohio State with 4 minutes and 20 seconds in the bank, able to cap point B. And they're trying to beat UTD's time.
Yeah, I mean, UT Dallas just seems like they're scrambling all the time. It seems like they're just definitely caught out in performance. Oh my word, look at this.
Look at that position up on the high ground. Very dangerous, as the only person that really can get up there effectively is Diva to really deal with the Bastion. Performance almost has the ultimate. Yan takes the teleport, but now he gets caught out though. Dangerous area. The Shatter comes out. Finds grab. Louis able to take him out, but Potatoes swing his hammer, knocks Louis off the map. Tinspire able to find Yan. Kills are coming out on both sides here. Performance in tank mode finds Arrow, and Eski with the resurrection in the pocket heal on Performance, able to keep him alive. He's trying to take out the Diva here as Louis able to rejoin. Tinspire and Louis on the cart and has support from Skullet. Potatoes switching over to the Reinhardt, now going more to a traditional character that he enjoys. High Noon coming out. High Noon finds Performance now, and with that, Ohio State might just be trying to regroup here. As Potatoes falls, they have some ultimates ready, but they're going to be regrouping here as Yan might get caught out here. It's very dangerous for him, but he's going to be able to get out.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Performance go burr, and need I say more? Performance obviously able to go into tank mode and really just take a lot of pressure onto UT Dallas, putting it onto them. Yan as well with that support role, and here we go.
Oh, look at that. A big flux combo with Performance up on top. Echo though falling. Potatoes with the Shatter hits too. That's going to knock some people down. Tinspire forced to use the bomb, catches Echo out. Now Arrow finds Scrap, but Performance on the high ground up there is going to be a problem as he is not getting pressured whatsoever, and he has a fair view over on the left side. UT Dallas trying to get back in here. The wall coming from the spawn point. Very nice wall. Now he's getting pressured a little bit, but he gets healed up and he has this tank configuration. Will he be able to find any eliminations? He's trying to make progress. Find Arrow on the right. Louis used the Shatter but doesn't find anyone. Now Performance trying to find some kills and make some plays. Looking for the Lucio, unable to. Now Eski fly in to support the team. He gets out barely, healing himself up, but Arrow does find him. The window amplification on the right is going to be a problem. The flux comes out. Is it going to take them off? No, it's not. But everyone's dangerously low for UT Dallas. Potatoes trying to build up his Shatter. He has it. Will he use it? He does. He finds Blank on the ground. He's swinging his hammer. He's getting support from Echo in the backline. Eski has his Valkyrie. He pops it to keep everyone healed alive. This is a crazy fight as Ohio State 0.13 meters away, but Performance is going to put on the performance as he finds 2 and 3 kills in the tank configuration mode. Kinetic pops the beat. A very long team fight here. UT Dallas trying to take away time for Ohio State. The Shatter hits 2, and now with the eliminations from the Shatter, Ohio State will finish King's Row and be given an additional minute, 1 whole minute in the overtime push.
Yeah, so I mean, I think overall, Ohio State was really able to take, a lot of space and just, make that point very competitive. But UT Dallas able to stall so effectively. I think it was about a 2-minute 13 where the bomb, the payload was maybe, a meter or 2 meters away. But that, minute and 13 that they shaved off of Ohio State's time is now going to, pay off for them as UT Dallas has to try to defend, or sorry, to attack now. Or no, I'm sorry. It looks like Ohio State's going to be the one to attack.
Yeah, so Ohio State will be the one to attack since they have less time in the bank. UT Dallas will be defending first, and 45 seconds. Actually, Jeremy does make a difference. With 45 seconds, you could fit another team fight in that. So in this overtime attack and defense, UT Dallas has one more team fight than Ohio State, and it looks like they're going to be sticky here with the Bastion teleport, maybe? I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure
mean,
yet. We'll have to
I'd love
see.
it.
It looks like they're going to take a more traditional route. And honestly, I like this because if you win the first team fight, you're able to build some ultimates. They're going to fake the teleporter. Here we go. They're going to fake the teleporter. Let's see if they do it. No, they're trying to find it. Yes, they do take the teleport in the back line. Now they're switching sides here. Potatoes walled off but able to get healed. Performance in a great position just to apply some pressure. Now, Ohio State trying to build up some percent here. Tick meter. It looks like they're trying to get 33%, at least one tick, and they do. Okay, now Potatoes falls though. 20 seconds left. Ohio State needs to make a decision. Are they going to regroup here or are they going to commit? Performance is committing. He gets taken out though by Kinetic. Now Eski's trying to make some plays here. Kinetic trying to keep this team alive. 10 seconds. Potatoes has rejoined the fight. Finds the fire strike here. He's trying to build up his ultimate with the shatter. He finds it. He slams it down, but unable to find any kills. But UT Dallas getting forced back here out. Ohio State will be able to cap point A, and this is huge. Let's see how much they can actually take here, Jeremy. Blank has the Blizzard almost. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously overtime means that Ohio State is just, running on empty here. As soon as they get off that point for any long period of time, UT Dallas gets to have their attack, and with a minute 45 for them, we could see obviously more space to be taken on the side of UT Dallas.
Oh, the shadow comes out from Louis and it hits them. Performance pops high, unable to see it. Eski has the beat, but he gets eliminated. He's unable to use this, and now UT Dallas able to find all the eliminations and close this one out. Ohio State only able to push it to just the choke point, not very far. A key thing, Jeremy, Eski didn't have the beat when the Blizzard was there, and then he gets caught in the Blizzard, so unable to use it. That might be costly, as Ohio State will now have to defend for probably at least 2 or 3 team fights.
Yeah, so it's going to be crucial for Ohio State to, try to stop them before they're even able to get that payload going. UT Dallas, obviously, if they're unable to cap that point, that just gives Ohio State, the victory overall. And, we saw it with Emish on Kings Row. We saw that they were really able to, get it on that before they were even able to cap the point. So, Ohio State basically has to do that to UT Dallas to be able to stay competitive here.
Indeed, and it looks like Ohio State has opted to put grab on the Junkrat, and I honestly like this a lot. The Junkrat able to spam some down, but what's this? UTD playing dive tanks with the Winston and the Diva and Blank on the Sombra? This might catch Ohio State off guard.
I don't know what they're doing right here. It's going to be interesting. Oh, it looks like, all right, so it looks like
there you go.
Okay, there we go. All right,
back.
so back to a regular comp. Okay,
now,
all right, there we go.
Now I like grab here on the jump. Now I like this because now you can just spam down in that room, build up a tire quickly, and just secure a team fight with a tire. Let's see if he does that exactly. His Potatoes on the front line, trying to find some picks. His grab performance falling dangerously low, has to walk left. Potatoes in a pickle right here. But he's able to get out, get the heals he needs, and as he gets out, he's able to find Louis on the way out. And with Reinhardt down, UT Dallas is just going to back up. They're just going to back up, regroup, wait till Louis gets back, and a huge ultimate difference here. Louis, 84% to Shatter, and Potatoes only 30.
Yeah, I mean, Echo's the only one on the side of OSU that's able to get anything close to an ultimate, and, Louis already pretty close and Blank with that Blizzard as well. That's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. The Blizzard comes out, but Performance finds the May. It finds Blink. Now the Shatter. That's going to cause a problem as Arrow's trying to make some plays. Eski building up here, but Performance is making plays on Ohio State's side. Finding 2, finding 3 as Eski cleans it up with him. 30 seconds remaining, and Jeremy, this is where that 45 seconds comes into play. If they didn't have it, this game would have been over, but now they get one more team fight.
Yeah, with only 19 seconds left, this is basically all they wrote, and if they're unable to get here, Performance and Eski with their ultimates, Yang getting pretty close, and look at this high noon.
Big High Noon, a very nice wall, but able to find Blank. Now Eski with the beat. They're being aggressive here. They're trying to find more. Arrow has his High Noon. Will he be able to use it? Kinetic falling dangerously low. Arrow pops in, unable to find anything. Now the eyes are on Potatoes, but UT Dallas unable to get onto the point. And look at this. Ohio State taking an early series lead here as we see some of Ohio State's players here. Wow, Ohio State 2-0 in this series, trying to close it out again. Another 3-0 sweep, and my goodness, we have an interesting game though. Kings Row was a little more close, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just aghast. I thought for sure that, their Diva was able to get on the point and able to contest it before, time ran out. But Eski was actually able to get him off the point and, obviously send them into overtime, which then they were unable to get again. We saw that High Noon was able to take out their May on the side of Ohio State. You saw Performance able to get out, their that was huge. And I think overall, the team fighting from Ohio State on Kings Row, especially when they're defending that point, is just huge. And, you saw that Junkrat, he was trying to get the tire fast, but, was really unable to. But Potatoes as well, getting himself out of many sticky situations, just seemed like overall, the better player in terms of tank.
Yeah, it seems like Grab wasn't able to make as big of an impact as he usually does on the Junkrat, but he was able to cause enough of distraction to let Performance shine in that one as he draws the victory back from darkness. It almost looks like when Ohio State is down one or two players, all of a sudden Performance picks up 2 or 3 eliminations along with Eski finding one on the support line, and the fight is just switched to our favor. It's amazing. It's always exciting. Always exciting. As we get into our third map, as UTD Esports will be selecting a map for Escort. And our map types, we saw Rialto earlier, but we also have Watchpoint Gibraltar and Route 66. And I know on Watchpoint Gibraltar, Ohio State and other teams as well usually opt to play a double bubble composition. A Zarya and Winston. Basically, Winston jump packs in, and then the Zarya protects the Winston with a protected bubble. And very effective, very agile composition. I always love to see it, but we haven't seen it yet for Ohio State since we haven't been there. But honestly, Jeremy, I think it'll be exciting, personally, going to see Watchpoint Gibraltar. What are your thoughts on that composition, though?
Yeah, I think the double bubble is definitely the go-to with Gibraltar. Just the map in general, it just is completely ready for it. Obviously we saw, I believe in the last placement, we failed at Bellevue on Route 66. So unfortunately, OSU was really unable to get onto Gibraltar, but it didn't honestly seem like they wanted to. That was their map pick. They obviously were down, and they decided to go for Route 66, which isn't honestly one of the more common ones. And maybe they were trying to get Bellevue, off to the wrong foot. But, to be able to see double bubble on Gibraltar would just be great. It's fun to watch, and a lot of teams love to do it. And, Ohio State is just one of those that has been able to perfect it over, their practices where they're just able to play as a team. And, with a Winston obviously coming out, just huge there.
Yeah, but we'll see as UTD selects that map. We'll get that over to you all once we find that. If you're all liking the action that you're seeing, we also have League of Legends and Rocket League, and you can keep up with all of our events here at Ohio State Esports at this Twitch, or you can follow us on Twitter at Ohio ST Esports to keep up on all of our content. But today, Ohio State making their run in Overwatch Collegiate Championship playoffs, Sweet 16, up 2-0 against UT Dallas Esports, trying to close this out in this first to 3 to move on to round 8, the top 8. Let's see if we can make it there, Jeremy. And we're seeing again this brawl mirror composition, rush brawl comp. Ohio State is just they're just better. It seems like they're just playing their game and they're playing it better. As we get Route 66, that's our next map here. And just you were talking about, Ohio State fell to Bellevue 2 weeks ago on Route 66. But it seems like UTD may have done the research, and that's why they're picking it. But we'll see if Ohio State will be able to come out on top. And do you think we'll see this mirror rush composition once again on Route 66? Maybe something different.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we definitely see a lot of times. I believe it's Performance actually likes to go Tracer when he's defending on Route 66 there. So it's going to be interesting exactly what they choose in terms of their DPS. They obviously get a little leeway on exactly where they want to go with that. If he wants to go Tracer, or if he wants to try something else. But I think overall Rush has been working. I think obviously those 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 support are, kind of the bread and butter of OSU, and I don't expect them to particularly deviate any other way, especially being how close this has been. I don't expect them to really do anything too out of the box, just because they're already up 2 games. They don't really want to jeopardize them getting that rematch against Harrisburg University in the next map, if they obviously get in on their side of the bracket.
Right.
But overall, I think Ohio State is here to win it. And for them to win it, basically just means to try to play the tightest game possible. And if that means that we're gonna have to sit here for another 30 minutes as Harrisburg has to claw their way up, that is fantastic for us, in my opinion.
As hopefully we don't have to wait too long. I'm sure waiting here, we don't want that to happen here. We're getting word that we're having some technical difficulties for the match, so we will just be covering a little more about this Overwatch Collegiate Championship brackets. And Harrisburg on the other side play against. Actually,
I believe it's UNT Esports.
Was it UNT? Yes,
it was.
Yes, it was. UNT Esports. They're playing against UNT Esports. So if we win this match, which currently it looks like we will be, but if we do, knock on wood, everyone, we will be playing the victor of either UNT Esports or Harrisburg Storm. Going back into this Route 66 map, Jeremy, the rush composition, it's definitely an option and seems to be working here. But there are some more high ground areas that we could see this double bubble composition come out that Ohio State has practiced and they're comfortable with it. But I am curious to see if they opt to play Hanzo with Performance, since there is that high ground and they might be a little more agile then.
Yeah, I definitely think that Performance has a few choices coming into this, exactly where he wants to go with this and what the team wants to do. I think if they're going to try the double bubble, basically, I think it's a great time to do it. They're up 2 games, obviously. They have a little bit of leeway in terms of this, match to be able to, kind of experiment a little. If they feel like they want to have another pocket pick, if they want to be able to deviate from that rush comp and try something else, it's a great time to do it as they're up 2-0. Going into the next top 8, you don't want to obviously try this double bubble if you haven't been warmed up on it today. And so in that regard, I think we definitely could see it. They could try something a little bit out of the box, but at the same time, rush comp has just been dominating. We see obviously with UMich, they got absolutely ruled by the just the rush comp, and it was very close. I mean, these very close games right now against University of UTD. Sorry, but overall, it's gonna just really be on what they're comfortable with coming into this.
Absolutely, we'll have to take a look at if Ohio State does stick with the rush comp, or if they warm up that double bubble just in case if it comes into play later in the tournament, either later in these matches that we have to play a 4th round, or if it comes up in our next round here. Still having some technical difficulties, but don't go away here. We still are bringing you all the content and information about today's match and today's playoff run. And Jeremy, honestly, let's take a look at Potatoes. Potatoes has really been making a big impact here in this series. I feel on the Reinhardt, a little bit on the ball, but that didn't seem to work out. So he switched back over onto his main role of Reinhardt City at top 500 players in the world based on rating here. We have him here at Ohio State. Several players in top 500 for Ohio State's team. And Potatoes hitting that 6-man shatter. My goodness, that was excellent. That was amazing. But his awareness, Jeremy, for shielding, blocking shatters, knowing when it's going to come out, and knowing actually what the other Ryan is thinking really puts him over the top.
Yeah, I mean that's just something that takes hours and hours of playing Overwatch for. This isn't something that you could just see from a player that just plays constantly. This is someone who definitely has a lot of in-game experience and just has that game sense to be able to know when to pop those shatters, to when get those fields out, and overall. Potatoes just does a wonderful job. It's just like watching a well-oiled machine, in my opinion. You see he gets into those sticky situations. He tries to, the teams obviously try to get him cornered out. They want to obviously get him away from the rest of the team, but Potatoes usually finds a way. It's just fantastic to watch, and Potatoes just makes it look easy.
Yeah, and when you're talking about that, when Potatoes finds a way, we really can look back at one of the support players on Ohio State's side, Eski. Being a main shot caller, and super important to have that coordination to coordinate all 6 players on Ohio State and in the game of Overwatch. And technical difficulties have been fixed, folks. We bring you back to our third map of Route 66. Come on, let's get our kicks here, Jeremy. And hopefully Ohio State will be getting their kicks as they sneak up, and they're holding it early. Really, look at this, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, you see here that they're not going to know exactly what to expect here. They don't actually see anybody coming out of the gate, and you see obviously Grab on that Tracer.
Yeah, and it's an early attack here. Potatoes gets walled off, but able to keep alive. And a great flashbang. Potatoes now finding the fire strike and walking in. And he's already 70% up to his ultimate. Look at this. He's going to have a share way before Louis. And now Ohio State able to hold on to their position, able to stop them from moving cart very far. And now Ohio State able to drop down here, trying to find another elimination. Everyone falls dangerously low. Potatoes almost has a shatter. He basically is there. Yan is out of mech. The shatter comes down and it hits 5 for UT Dallas. Performance pops to high noon. The combo shatter high noon is going to be huge as UT Dallas are finding themselves going back to the spawn point, and Louis almost will be punched off by Grab off the cliff along with his tank partner Tinspire.
He just wanted to have a little bit of skydiving. He obviously wanted to see the view, and with the parachute, able to get down safely and back to UT Dallas' spawn.
Yes. They all have parachutes, just in case that happens. Everyone's safe. Grab here, though. Look at this. Grab with the flank.
No.
He has a pulse bomb. He's looking for it, trying to find a good target here. And now he's in the back line. Doesn't want to get caught out. He gets the stick, so that's the trick. Connect. A big shatter from Louis, though, but Eski not in the shatter and able to get the beat off. He's able to keep everyone sustained at heal. Potatoes falling dangerously low. Has to get healed up. Amping. And now with the counter shatter, Performance has his high noon, but he's not going to need to use it as more kills come out on the side for Ohio State. A huge key moment for the supports here, keeping the team alive. Definitely the support difference in this defense.
Yeah, so I think obviously UT Dallas was looking at, they're unable to capitalize on Bellevue on the placements, and they wanted to counterpick this with Route 66, but Ohio State did their research, they did their practice, and it looks like it's paying off as they win the first team fight pretty handily with only a minute 32 now for UT Dallas, and, two ultimates saved up on Performance and Yan. It's going to be hard pressed for UT Dallas to come back from this.
Tinspire finds performance alone, gets caught out, but Yan with the double Diva Bomb kill. That's going to put Ohio State up in the elimination as Tinspire chases out here. Arrow finds Grab though, but not before Kinetic falls. And now Arrow's in a dangerous position here as he's getting chased down by both Yan and Potatoes, but he's able to get out here. Now, Ohio State has to hold on to it here. There's a minute left for UTD to attack. Performance has the high noon. He's looking for a position here. Beat being used by Eski just to allow some aggression. Potatoes slamming the shatter, doesn't find any, but he does find himself eliminated. Performance keeping the fight alive by finding 2 eliminations. Tinspire finds Performance though, and now Yan doing his best to keep the team fight alive. Keep it alive. Tinspire finds the pulse bomb though from Grab, taking that ultimate away, and Grab unable to get away here as Arrow finds the elimination on him. Now, will Ohio State be here? Will they go in? No. It looks like they're just going to regroup here for stage 2 of Route 66.
Yeah, but I mean, overall great team fights from the side of Ohio State. You see Performance still has that high noon ready for whenever they do another team fight. Louis, Arrow, and Skolix already have their ults open, and Kinetics too with Blank and Tin not too far away. This is going to be hard for Ohio State to come back on this next team fight, but, obviously Ohio State can do it.
And it looks like both Arrow and Performance are trying to take a flank high noon here. Neither of them let it go, and Performance opts to do it on the top, but there's no shield. There's no one to protect him from the damage, and Skolix picks him up. No high noon there, and now Louis charging him and Potatoes at the same time, knocking him down. Arrow finds the high noon kill of Potatoes, and Louis walking forward with no Rhine of Potatoes to deal with. He's going to take a bunch of space as they're rolling into point B.
Yeah, it looks like he did it with no rhyme, no reason. Am I right? So as you can see,
wow, Jeremy,
UT Dallas
fun.
is really able to take a lot of space, and they still have 4, if not 5, ultimates saved up for this next team fight, while Ohio State is waiting on theirs.
Ohio State has to make a play here. As the Blizzard comes out, Immortality feels used. Diva Bomb doesn't find anything, so that was their only ult they had in the bank. And now Grab committed the pulse bomb, but the card is already there. Eski finding a kill on Arrow, but they're just going to respawn very close here. And UT Dallas using 3 of their 5 ultimates, and now we see a switch here. Grab on the Hanzo. Maybe this is what they need. A little more shield pressure, Jeremy.
Yeah, it seems like Louis was really able to take a lot of space with the shield, and it didn't seem like there was much, response from Ohio State. So maybe with this Hanzo, we could see a little bit more shield. Ooh!
A big shatter! Look at that! A huge shatter, but an excellent line for supports. Skolix using the immortality field to keep them alive. Eski using a beat, but UT Dallas able just to melt through it. There was 4 people down for UT Dallas, Jeremy, but UT Dallas' supports were not, and they were able to keep the team up and alive.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, you see Yan and Eski are still waiting to respawn here, and with a minute 33 left, with not too much longer on this point, there's only 1 or 2 team fights left before the end of this first point.
Yes, and now it looks like Arrow's trying to find anything, but all of Ohio State members are just tucked away. Cart only has 1 person moving. Grab trying to find something with the Hanzo. Now the shatter comes out, but it's blocked by Potatoes. Very good at blocking those shatters. Fire strike through the window, trying to make something happen. Blink has the Blizzard. That's going to be big. Yan out of mech. He can't eat it. The Blizzard is free. Finds Potatoes, and it's all over the cards here. And now UT Dallas trying to just clean up Ohio State here, as UT Dallas will finish with a team kill and finish Route 66 point C with 48 seconds remaining in their time bank.
Yeah, that's honestly a lot of time, and that's what you're basically asking for on the side of UT Dallas. Ohio State obviously wants to try to get as much as possible in this next fight, with the attack, and it's going to be interesting what they decide to do for their team comp. We're gonna obviously have to see here when we get that info. But could we see that double bubble composition as you talked about, or are we just going to see the default rush because this is obviously Route 66, unfortunately, and not Gibraltar.
I'm curious. There's some high ground positions, but mostly it's a flat surface as you're moving the payload along the road, and it looks like Ohio State's just gonna opt to play this mirror rush comp. It's worked on Nepal, it's worked on Kings Row, and now they're trying to make it work here on Route 66. But they're having Grab play the Junkrat, and again, I like this. I like the Junkrat pick because you're able to apply a lot of pressure on the Reinhardt shield, along with performance with the McCree and everyone else. But now it looks like Grab's opted to play this Sim. Maybe they're trying to
That's
teleport
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's interesting.
This is an interesting pick. I'm curious to see where they teleport here as we get Ohio State's attack on the way here as they put the teleport up and they teleport over to the high ground. So they're not able to get dived on and grabbing the spawn point. They don't know that he's still there as he's able just to spam some grenades down, trying to find some picks. Now Ohio State on the high ground here, Grab on the low ground, trying to find something happen, but performance gets booped out. That's not good. As an excellent boop comes out from Kinetic, and he's looking for more here, but Blank has to use the ice shield. Potatoes falls dangerously low, and Scarlet picking up the eliminations, picking up 3 kills. Wow, Scarlet's already close to his ultimate ability.
Yeah, so I think, overall it was a great attempt coming in from Ohio State. I saw exactly what they were trying to do. Obviously Grab was trying to just spam with those grenades as the rest of the team, tried to get the flank, try to apply that pressure on both sides, but obviously fell flat on that first attack.
Yeah, but looks like Echo also has his ultimate, and he's going to pop it here. And now Skullix has his with the high noon through the window. Unable to find anything though, and the shatter comes out, hits 3. Is there enough follow-up though? Louis falls low and he falls dead. Performance able to follow up with Potatoes. Potatoes falling to only 1 health, and he does get eliminated. But the spawn point is close for Ohio State, as now the rest of the UTD's team will fall, and we see a trade of McCree's at the same time. That was quite humorous, I think, Jeremy.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting there. And, obviously Ohio State had to finally start pushing this cart back at 2 minutes and 11 left on the clock. Blank, Kinetic, and Tin have their ult with Louis not too far behind. This next team fight's going to be big, and, it's probably going to be messy.
It's gonna be big and messy as we see UTD rolling in, trying to contest this point. The team fight has been engaged, and Blank drops the Blizzard here with the Diva Bomb to keep everyone away, and Grab, not in the Blizzard, drops the tire and finds Blank. Yan with the Diva Bomb finds Arrow. That's 2 up for Ohio State. And with 2 up, Louis doesn't have the support he needs. Ohio State will be cleaning this up. And with that team fight, I'm not sure, based on spawn points, if UTD will be able to touch this point once again.
Yeah, I actually don't think they will be able to, and I don't think they should try to. They should really just try to gear up for this next fight. Louis and Tin both have their ultimates ready. Skullix not too far behind as well. This could be a messy fight with Potatoes only at 89% and no shatter. They're going to have to try to go big here to keep this point moving.
Performance has a high noon. That could be key here. It might not look for a flank, but just apply some pressure through Potato's shield, as Louis does have his shatter. It's going to be a problem here as Yan's trying to build up his ultimate ability along with Grab. Finds some pressure. He throws the Diva Bomb. Tinspire does. It does find Potatoes though, along with anyone else. No, it just finds Potatoes. And with Potatoes gone, it looks like Grab. Ooh. Ohio State trying to figure out if they want to go in here. Grab finds Kinetic, and looks like Ohio State's going to apply some pressure here. Potatoes going to join them back, but with no Potatoes and no shield, they get caught out by Louis' shatter. Potatoes is not there to block it, and the decision to go back in was costly, as Ohio State has to regroup fully now.
Yeah, but take a look real quick. You see, Potatoes already has his Shatter ability as well as Performance having his High Noon, two very high impact ultimates there. This next team fight could definitely go the way of Ohio State in a very big sweep and, take it to maybe the next point, hopefully.
Could be, and now High Noon's being used, and it looks like Grab's going to get caught out on the high ground. And now they're trying to make something work here, but it looks like Performance gets caught out here. Yan finds a pick on Arrow, though. They might try to commit to this here. Blank's coming up on the Blizzard. The Shatter, he does have it. And he drops it. He finds the two in front of them, along with the beat to keep them up and alive. Blank out of the fight. Now Potatoes finds his counterpart of Louis. Performance finds Scarlet. Now more kills are coming out for Ohio State. And Grab falls, though, to connect. But Ohio State gets this card moving and grooving through Route 66.
Yeah, you saw Tin obviously trying to contest the point as long as possible to try to keep his team, his respawns competitive and take as much time as possible off the clock for Ohio State. Ohio State obviously has to try to beat that 48 seconds if they want to try to stay in this, if they have to go to overtime. And with time of the essence and 3 ultimates for UT Dallas, this could be huge.
As in the tire comes out from Grab along with the High Noon by Performance, but it doesn't find anyone as rest of Ohio State's team is falling dangerously low. Potatoes does have the Shatter, but he might just wait to use it here as he falls. Yes, he will be waiting to use this, and UTD will hold on to this point for now. 50 seconds remaining for Ohio State, but a key ultimate here. Blank has the Blizzard, Jeremy. Eski does not have the beat. It really comes down to Yan to eat this Blizzard.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously 35 seconds left on the payload and 4 ultimates on the side of UT Dallas. Arrow popping that, High Noon as fast as possible. This is going to be hard for Ohio State to really come back from.
Yeah, you see the High Noon, the Shatter doesn't find anything, but the Shatter is bigger for Ohio State. Hits 3 and 4 down, finds them, but the Blizzard able to catch a couple, and the DPS for his side UTD able to swing the side and the momentum back in their favor. Performance trying to get something happen as time ticks down here. Ohio State won't be able to touch this and trigger overtime, and UT Dallas Esports will be winning Route 66 and taking their first win in this series. Ohio State, though, still up in this series 2-1. And now we will be going to our 4th map style, which is Assault. Assault, a 2 CP map, 2 point control points that you have to capture to finish the map. And Ohio State will be getting the pick on this one. So hopefully they pick the map that they've been practicing on in this map. And it seems like UTD definitely felt comfortable on Route 66. Arrows pulling off some really awkward High Noons positioning for Ohio State, and Ohio State had to maneuver around, but then one person got out of Potato Shield, and that was enough to snowball into the fight. So moving forward, do you think Arrow's going to be a problem?
Yeah, so I think, obviously we saw from the DPS roles just overall just some great performances from the side of UTD Dallas. And, I think overall, Ohio State seemed a little rusty on Route 66, a bit of rust coming onto that map. Obviously, we saw at Bellevue, they were unable to capitalize on that map, on the placements. And, overall, it just seems like, they just have some issues maybe on Route 66, but that's fine. Obviously, they're up 2-1. They're able to kind of have this map as a kind of breather, as a kind of, let's see what goes on. And overall, coming into this next Assault map, it's going to be big, and Ohio State obviously now gets to finally pick a map. They've been winning so much that they don't get to pick. So now they finally get to pick a map that they want, and it's going to be interesting which one they decide.
Yes, and we get that map selection. Ohio State will be selecting Temple of Anubis. We're going over to Egypt. This should be fun map. It's been a while since we've seen an Assault map in the regular season. The Assault style map was not in the map pool, but in the best of 5, it is, as we go to Temple of Anubis for our assault map. And Temple of Anubis actually is famous for DPS characters playing Widowmaker or Ashe. And we know that Grab has a pretty good Ashe along with his counterpart or partner in crime performance on the Hanzo, as we saw in the Paul. And Performance has a very nice Widowmaker. So I'm curious to see, Jeremy, if we see that.
Yeah, so I think, it obviously depends on what they feel comfortable with, as said before. And I think it would be great to see, Widowmaker coming into this as, Egypt, or Anubis, sorry, is a very good map to be able to take that out. And, overall, it's just going to be great to see the composition that Ohio State chooses. This is obviously their pick this time. So they get to come into this with what they want to do, basically. And so, if they decide, okay, let's get our DPSs on, different roles and just see what happens, I think that's going to be great. And I think overall, to be able to kind of counterpick on that and to just, take some kind of, unexpected twist that UT Dallas may not expect, that could just be huge and could, change the tide and bring Ohio State, to that 3-1 victory.
Yes, so as they try and pick up their third win here on the Salt style map, and you were talking about, Jeremy, some different changes, different heroes that DPS characters or players might play. And on the defense, I have seen a little bit of Torbjorn on the defense on Temple of Anubis, and if you know me, I love myself some Torbjorn. I love myself some Torbjorn. So maybe we'll see Grab on the Torbjorn or a more traditional hero pick for him on the Junkrat, because Junkrat is also a very nice hero pick on Temple of Anubis. One thing, Jeremy, though, both teams have to be worried about is on the defense for any assault map. You have to be very careful about snowballing. They usually, if the attackers capture the first point A, then they take that momentum, and if you're not careful, they can easily snowball into a very quick cap on point B, and that is something both teams have to be looking out.
Yeah, so I think overall it's just about that momentum. And if Ohio State's able to keep up that momentum, I think, it could definitely be a nice sweep. And it really just depends on exactly how they're feeling. UT Dallas has to try to defend this. And if, Ohio State just feels like they have that, momentum, they're really feeling their team comp and their teamwork, Ohio State could just take this very decisively and quickly.
Absolutely. Ohio State will be over on the, I'm going to call it Scarlet for Ohio State, over on the Scarlet side, and UT Dallas will be over on the blue now. Ohio State up to 1, and looks like some Bastion Strat on Anubis. This one's interesting. We haven't seen Ohio State actually throw any, play any assault maps, but it looks like they're just going to teleport straight in there, and Arrow now trying to find some kills. He finds one, Echo, and now they're looking for more. But Potatoes in the front line, unable to find anything, and gets taken out by Arrow once again. And Louis with the fire strike. It looks like Ohio State's going to have to regroup here.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting what they decide here, if they're going to keep, obviously, with that Bastion. But, overall, definitely an interesting composition here. We don't get to see Assault often, so, anything could really happen here as we move into the next team fight.
Yeah, so one team fight down, and it looks like Ohio State's opted to play the mirror of Rush Comp, but Grab and Performance will have to build up their ultimates once again as we get into the second team fight. Ohio State trying to make something happen, trying to capture point A. UT Dallas is up on ultimates, and the main wall is out, but Grab somehow gets down here. And a very dangerous wall for Ohio State. A great wall for Blank, though. Now Skolix finding a kill on Potatoes. Main tank out of the fight. Blank on the flank, though, trying to deny any retreat here. And Ohio State doesn't know that. This might be costly. Now Performance knows. He's able to push the main back. But now they're kind of in a pickle here. Potatoes cut off from the rest of the team. Now the beat comes out. for Ohio State, trying to push in here. Arrow with the wall, and the big shatter from Potatoes hits 4, but doesn't hit Kinetic. Kinetic able to drop the beat, and now Blink coming out with the Blizzard. Yeah, trying to zone them off here, but it doesn't do enough. Both teams trying to make something happen. Grab trying to find some kills. He doesn't find any, gets taken out by Skull. And now Ohio State, they're in trouble. Potatoes is in a dangerous position as Ohio State finds some, but they are not able to capitalize on this as Ohio State now knocking on the door, trying to secure point A, but a minute and 30 seconds left only.
Yeah, I think the main thing here to look at as well is Performance already has his high noon, and Arrow is still down to 81%. Overall, in terms of the rest of the ultimates, it looks like Ohio State's a little bit closer, so they might be able to carry that momentum and get both points at the same time.
Maybe they'll have to make something happen. Scrap has the Blizzard. Connect doesn't have the B. That might be the turning factor here as Arrow trying to do what he does best is just find kills. And now he has his high noon. High noon for Performance on the high ground. It seems like that's going to be enough to zone them off. And now, look at this. Kinetic rolling in here. But with the window amplification matrix, that's going to amplify a lot of damage for Ohio State. 2 ticks build up. Almost 3 ticks to capture point A. Grab is committing the Blizzard, but gets eaten by Tinspire. I don't think Grab has been able to drop one Blizzard. Tinspire just keeps eating them. Now, with the shatter for Potatoes, it gets some people down. But Blaine, with the Blizzard of his own, Performance trying to make something happen here with 12 seconds left. Ohio State only captured roughly 86.8%. They're going to have to touch this point very quickly here. Potatoes going to have to charge in. Is he going to touch? Ohio State doesn't. Esky tries to get in there, but he gets taken out by Skolix, the support. And Ohio State was full hold right here on Temple of Anubis. Ohio State struggling here with 86.8% build up only. UT Dallas has to make something happen here to capture at least 86.8%. to tie this series up. Ohio State trying to hold this series, to take this series win and move on to round 3 of the Overwatch Collegiate Championship. Ohio State trying to figure out what they want to do on this defense, and it looks like Grab's going to opt to play May here, and honestly, the May here is pretty nice. With the walls, depending on what the strategy UT Dallas does. But the Junkrat is also a nice pick here for the spamming in little corners and bouncing off the wall. But Grab is going to be opting to play here, as you see Performance just wait for the game to start. And Grab finally joining the team as UT Dallas begins their attack. The little yellow marker by the A is the only thing they have to reach for them to take this win on Temple of Anubis. Ohio State trying to deny that and win the series. Teleport straight onto point very quickly for UT Dallas, trying to make this a quick fight end. Potatoes trying to do something here on the Reinhardt, building his ultimate up. Now Louis trying to make something. A big flashbang by Performance, able to stun some. And Yan with the follow-up rockets and jet boosters, able to find 2 eliminations. And now the picks are coming in red or scarlet for Ohio State. An excellent hold there for Ohio State, actually. Potatoes with the almost his ultimate. Almost, and Performance getting close as well. But the ultimates we really need to take a look at is Blink on the Blizzard and ST with the beat. ST needs to have that beat for the Blizzard, because if they don't, this whole fight could just be over very quickly. Grab with an excellent wall here, and now it looks like they're going to take a different approach with the window amplification. Grab trying to build up his ultimate though. Potatoes falling dangerously low. Needs to get the support he needs to keep alive. The beat comes out from Eski. He doesn't have it for Blank here, but now the high need for performance trying to make something happen. Doesn't get anything. Potatoes, nothing with the shatter here. Blocked by Louis. Now UTD trying to walk in here. Yan has to eat this blizzard. He has to make something happen, but it doesn't. The ice wall excellently placed by Blank. Now with the blizzard being used by Grab, is there anything gonna happen here? No. Grab only finds one but gets taken now, and UT Dallas will be tying up this series against Ohio State as we bring it back here. Ohio State now looking at best doorstep and elimination from this tournament or these playoffs. UT Dallas tying up this series, and Ohio State 2 wins and UT Dallas 2 wins, as we will be getting more information on our next map. Our final map style is Control Point, and we will have a victor here. We will not have to go to our tiebreaker of Control. So our next map will be that information to you based on the selection of Ohio State. And Ohio State has 2 choices for the Control map. One choice is Oasis and the other is Ilios, and we have seen mostly Oasis for Ohio State. We see some of that untouchable composition, a very mobile composition, but we also might see them pick Ilios. We haven't seen that, and we're not sure if UT Dallas has practiced that, so we might see Ohio State pick Ilios as well. Once we get that selection, we will get that information to all of you watching. Again, if you like what you see or you prefer a different esports game like League of Legends or Rocket League, you can follow us on Twitter at OhioST Esports to keep up with all the action here at this Twitch channel, Ohio ST Esports. That is also our YouTube where you can watch clips and also matches that have already happened. Ohio State trying to secure the win here over UTD Esports, tying the series up. It's going to be interesting depending on what map they choose and what composition they actually run. And if they choose the Ilios, it seems like that mirror composition is slightly shifted to UT Dallas. I feel like on the Salt map, we haven't really seen a lot of it in the regular season, and because of that, you might not have actually practiced it a lot. And I'm getting word from the teams that we will be going to Oasis, and Oasis is the pick, and I'm not surprised. It's Oasis is the map that we have practice on, and the team has practice on mostly. So it's a comfortable pick, I feel, for Ohio State, and it's definitely a comfortable pick for that rush comp that we have been seeing mostly and primarily from Ohio State. We will be heading over to the action in just a moment. Please stick around. I hope you're enjoying the show and this run for Ohio State in the Overwatch Collegiate Championship playoffs. On Oasis, the control style map became the hill style map. If you don't know what that means, basically there's a control point, 1 point that both teams have to control for 100%, and they have to do that 2 out of the 3 maps in Oasis to secure the map win. And the team to do that will be defeating the other and securing the best first to 3 here in this best of 5 series and moving on to the top 8 teams in the playoffs. Ohio State now trying to get warm up, trying to figure out something else new to do. It seems like they're struggling just a little bit with these main blizzards. Honestly, I give my props to Blank for UTD Esports. He's been causing us a bit of a trouble here for Ohio State with the perfectly timed blizzards. Eski being forced to use the bead just to keep Potatoes alive, and it's definitely posing a problem. But on Oasis and on the control point, it's a map that we've scrimmed, it's a map that we have practiced with, and it's a map that we should feel comfortable with. Oasis, again, a control style map, and we will be headed down to the action in just a few moments. Ohio State is trying to make this run to top 8. They're trying to make it, and I do not know the results of the other match, but depending on who wins the other match, and actually the results, UNT Esports did fall to Harrisburg Storm. So the winner of this next map of Oasis will be facing Harrisburg in the top 8. And also some other results. Northwood University defeated Illinois Orange. Northwood being the seeded number 1 team, and Illinois Orange being seeded 17. Some other results. Bellevue University, seeded number 3, has defeated Northeastern University, seeded number 14. And University of Akron, another Ohio University, unfortunately falls to Utah, and Utah has moved on. So the seeded 1, 4, and 10 teams all moved on, Utah being seeded number 10 and Akron being seeded number 7. So hopefully we'll be getting into this action right now. Not sure if there's some technical difficulties from the teams down there, but we will be heading over to the game shortly. Ohio State and UTD Esports tied up 2-2, moving to Oasis to finish round 2 of the Sweet 16 to see who will play Harrisburg Storm, as we head down over to the action in just a few moments. Very curious to see Ohio State's comp choices on this Oasis and see if they do something about this May for blank. I'm really curious to see if they do something, but now let's take a look. Ohio State actually opted to run the untouchable composition against the Brawl. UT Dallas has been sticky with their guts and sticky to their composition of this rush. But Ohio State trying to catch them off guard. Let's see if Arrow is going to be enough to take out Grab's Farah. Both teams, Ohio State rolling in, UT Dallas trying to figure out where they are, and looks like Performance is on the flank here, as Ohio State trying to find an opening here, trying to just poke something, and now Potatoes in the back line, doesn't really get pressured too much. See, trying to find just a little bit of heals here, and now UT Dallas touches the point that is open, and just applying some poke here. Grab trying to find a kill on the support. Louis' shield dangerously low here, and Diva gets walled off, but Yan able to get out. A big slam by Potatoes, able to displace them, but Louis catches Esky. Esky was in the middle of it all. Now Grab needs to make something happen here. He jumps in here with the concussion mine. He's falling dangerously low, and Arrow finds him. Now Performance trying to make something happen along with Potatoes. Potatoes gets frozen the bull and charged, almost as the ultimate, but doesn't. Yan get it out of mech, and Performance now falling, and it looks like UTT will be taking control of this point, building up their percent. Ohio State trying to make something happen here, and we saw that they somewhat struggled in this untouchable comp against the rush comp in U of Michigan game earlier. See if they can make something happen here, as looks like Arrow pops the high noon, but Potatoes drops the mine on top. Everyone falls dangerously low, but Connect able to get them beat out. Drops the pulse bomb. Performance finds Skullix, and Now Grab uses Barrage but doesn't find anything. But Grab unable to find kills. Performance is, and now he finds two, and Esky and Potatoes finds two eliminations for their own as they're trying to clean this up here. And Echo punch a Blink. Always love Mercy elimination. And finds the kill on Blink as Ohio State will take this point to build up percent. Ohio State doesn't have many ultimates. Esky almost has the beat for for Blink's Blizzard, the Shatter, the Bomb. I don't know. You have to figure this out. The Blizzard it's definitely team ending, but it can't be eaten by Yan if you can get it. The Shatter comes out here, only finds Potato. The beat's just a little bit late and doesn't find Potatoes. Now Tinspire throws out the bomb, unable to find anything but arrows with the high noon. Able to get one, and Yan just trying to survive, trying to stall this point out as much as he can here. And now Performance just waiting to stall this out just to get more percentage up. The team fight is lost, but Ohio State is able to build more percentage here, up to 49% before giving it up. And now Ohio State has some ultimates to work with as Performance has the Pulse Bomb and Potatoes has the Mine. Grab's coming up on the Barrage, and the only thing UTD has to work with is the Blizzard. And a big Flashbang actually stuns Potatoes out of the slam, but now the Pulse Bomb finds Blank in the back line, but that's just going to get taken care of, but they can't deal with Grab's Barrage. Grab's Barrage finding 3 kills and also picking up one more on Arrow, securing the team kill for Ohio State University and giving them the point back.
Well, I'm glad to see that Ohio State is able to take that. Sorry about the delay, folks.
Welcome back.
I had some internet problems. Thank you. And it looks like, unfortunately, I was unable to see Game 4, but now I guess we're here on Game 5 with Ohio State coming in strong.
Yes, coming in strong. It's an even series here. They have to be careful as Potatoes gets stunned. And Ohio State trying to finish this out here. Skolix finds Esky though. It's one support gone. High Noon being used here along with Kinect's Beat. The ultimate's being used here, but it seems like Ohio State's still a little bit in the fight. Grab trying to build up that ultimate, but falls. And now the point will be stalled out till about 99%, 97. And last team fight, Ohio State has to make something happen here.
Yeah, I mean, 97% already, saved up in the bank for Ohio State. 3 ultimates, it looks like, on the side of Ohio State, ready for this next team fight, and it looks like there's only going to be about one more left coming into this.
It is, and Ohio State rolling in here again. Oh, gets out of mech, has to re-mech here. But the big mine from top, and Performance finds it. Even though Potatoes gets down, Performance and Grab making plays with the Barrage and the Pulse Bomb. Both ultimates. They have to stay on point here with the Diva Bomb. Grab finds one more. Louis making plays. It's just the tanks. Tanks versus the DPS. Ohio State versus UTD. But now Potatoes rolls back in to give some help here. But Louis needs to get healed back up so he can do something, and he does. He almost has the ultimate. Ohio State has to make something happen, but Kinetic finds the kill on Esky. There's no beat, and UTD taking this first map on Oasis, trying to secure this win.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, some great stuff coming in from UT Dallas. Overall able to get that point off from under Ohio State. Ohio State was close to, I believe it was about 97%, almost triggering that overtime for the side of Ohio State. But UT Dallas just was able to rally behind Louis and, get back into that fight and take the first point.
Indeed, and it looks like the comp that Ohio State was running was kind of working. They just need just a little more. The beat from Esky might have been enough to keep them in the fight, but it got canceled out. UTD Esports sticking with their bread and butter and running this rush comp. Ohio State playing this untouchable composition, trying to make something happen here. as Potatoes trying to defend Performance, trying to find Arrow. He falls dangerously low, and they do. Performance finds Arrow. That's one pick gone, and now Grab doesn't have really anything to worry about as he can just rain justice from above with those rockets and cause a problem. And it looks like Ohio State will cap point A first and build up that percent.
Yeah, so I mean, this is big stuff coming in from Ohio State. Obviously, they've got to come back into this as, UT Dallas has the first point on lock. But, overall, some great stuff. You saw, obviously, Grab and Performance really just able to catch out, their McCree and take a lot of space for Ohio State in these first 18%.
Indeed, and now Ohio State trying to find that pick once again as Yan falls dangerously low along with Potatoes, but he's able to get that shield as he slams in and gets out. Ohio State trying to find a pick here, just waiting, trying to find an opportunity. And now pick comes in, and Potato rolls in with the mine, gets it, drops it in, a huge minefield, and with the minefield separate them and gets hit by a car. Oh my. Tanspire also gets hit by the car, but Potatoes will be rejoining the group after that. That looked painful, Jeremy.
Yeah, that didn't look too good. But Performance and Eski both have their ultimates, and Arrow is the only one particularly close on the side of UT Dallas. 57% on the point already for Ohio State. This is looking good.
It's looking good. Now High Noon coming out from Arrow, but he gets stuck. But Immortality Field keeps him alive, and finds Grab just with 1 second left. Able to get res, and Yan able to protect there. And with Grab res, he's already making work as we see Ohio State finding 2, finding 3 eliminations. Yan making progress, 80% built up. And we don't want anyone to get hit by a car again, but it looks like Grab picked up 2 kills, and they're going to reset here, but only 10% left.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. They're about to trigger overtime, and, UT Dallas has really not even touched the point, and it looks like, yeah, here we go. We've triggered overtime, and 3 currently on the side of UT Dallas ultimates being ready to be used.
Here we go again. Grab dangerously low, though. Has to get back here. A Shatter comes out and finds 2. And looks like Ohio State's trying to turn the tide here. Overtime, ticking down. Is anyone going to get on? They do. Potatoes find Skullix. They're trying to just keep them off the point as Potatoes making plays here on the tank. Performance finds the pulse bomb. Doesn't find on anyone. But with the Diva gone, as overtime is ticking down, they're barely touching this. Looks like Louis gets back on the ball. But 100% to 0%. Jeremy, it all comes down to this next map.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, we obviously see one more point has to be, completed here. And this is just everything. It's going to be interesting coming into this 2-2 on both sides to keep their dream alive and the Sweet 16 to be able to play off against potentially Harrisburg University.
It is Harrisburg.
Oh, it is Harrisburg. Oh,
they
man,
won.
that
Yes.
could be everything. The rematch from the regular season for Ohio State University. And it all comes down to this in about 10 seconds.
It all comes down to this and more brawling rush style map as we see Grab opting to play the Junkrat, not the May. Blink playing the May though. His comfort pick. It's been a problem. Looks like Tinspire's playing the Zarya. A more high impact hero with the ultimate. We'll see if that makes the difference here. Ohio State on the high ground. Arrow trying to find a pick here. And now the mines come in and the grenades from the Junkrat, and Arrow trying to pick off Eski, but doesn't. Eski able to stay alive here. Performance on the high ground, has a good position here. Now he's just trying to make it work. Now he gets healed though from Eski. Ohio State players dangerously low. The tanks are very low here. Needs to get healed up. Yan gets out of mech. Louis, though, is eliminated. And the tire comes in, but doesn't find anyone. But while the tire was coming in, Performance was making work and putting on a show for us, finding 3 eliminations. Now, UTD does capture the point, and Ohio State's trying to turn it back over here. But it looks like Skullix gonna find Eski, and Louis gonna find Echo, and now Tinspire and Kinetic finishes it up. Ohio State will be needed to regroup.
Yeah, I mean, with 25 seconds already on this point, UT Dallas looked like they were poised to just give the point back up, but Blank in the backfield, really looked like he wanted to just keep the point on the side of UT Dallas. Grab was close to taking it away from them, but was unable to really get it, and it's paying off now for UT Dallas. Already at 40% on that point, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop.
Oh, it doesn't look like it's going to stop as UT Dallas able to win another fight very early here. 50% build up and Blank on the Blizzard with Tinspire. They have the ultimates in their economy, and Ohio State coming up on some, but they're going to have to watch out. Louis trying to get a flank share, but Potatoes knows it. He knows that he's done it before, and they're going back up here. Ohio State trying to regroup, trying to get the shatter around the corner and find three, but the Graviton's going to stop them. Performance on the flank. Blizzard eaten by Yan. Yes, that's exactly what they need. But the eliminations are coming in the side of UTD. Ohio State stopping ultimates, trying to regroup here to get one more hold in, causing a problem for Ohio State. UTD is.
Yeah, I mean, look at this, 91%, and Ohio State has been unable to touch the point. Louis with the shatter. It looks like it's about to go into overtime if Louis wants to pop that. Eski has to try to pop his ultimate to try to stay competitive, but look at this.
Oh, a big shatter from Louis, but Yan finds one with the bomb. Tinspire trying to find the Graviton Surge. Ooh, Potatoes finding Louis though. Performance on the high ground. They have to stay on point. Performance trying to find Tinspire here on the Zarya. Now the point is trying to be flipped over. Arrow finds Performance though, but the point is flipped and Ohio State is in control. But Jeremy, they can't give it up. If they do, it's over and their tournament run ends.
Yeah, and I think, overall looking at it, UT Dallas has two ultimates already saved up on the side of Arrow and Blank, a Performance getting close to his own high noon, and, this next team fight obviously could decide who wins this.
It's going to decide here as they push in with the high noon, and it looks like they're going to have to get on point now. Potatoes volley dangerously low. The Graviton comes out. The Shatter is used. The Blizzard is now there. It freezes Ohio State's team. They're all frozen, but they're back here. Grab still alive, trying to make it happen for Ohio State, along with both support. Tinspire, high energy though. Grab is the only one there for Ohio State, trying to make it happen, trying to keep the dream alive. Potatoes will get back on the ball. He's stalling it out, but is there anyone else that's going to touch? No! Ohio State will fall to UT Dallas Esports, and UT Dallas will be moving on to by Harrisburg in the top 8. A very, very unfortunate loss, Jeremy.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw obviously two very close matches that Ohio State, or two very close games, I should say, that Ohio State was able to win for the beginning of this match. You saw that 2-0 very quickly, but it looks like, unfortunately, UT Dallas was able to just sweep them from behind and, steal this series from under them. And to be able to go to play Harrisburg University, obviously, congratulations to them. And, congratulations to Ohio State Esports. They put up a great game. You saw some great players on the side of Ohio State, and it seemed like everyone was really just giving it their all. You saw, obviously, on the tanks, you saw Yan and Potatoes just making so much space and just doing so much work for the team. You saw, obviously, Performance and Grab on those DPS roles to just, be able to take so much damage and break so many shields and just do some great fun plays overall. And then obviously our we had obviously our support players in the back, Eski and Echo, just do a ton of work for the team, keep the team up, keep the team alive. And obviously Eski as the shot caller, really trying to make it work. And unfortunately UT Dallas was able to defeat us today.
Yeah, very unfortunate loss for Ohio State. Congratulations, of course, for UT Dallas moving on in the playoffs to the top 8 to face off of Harrisburg. A rematch that I would definitely would have liked to see and cast it though. But it was not to be as Ohio State falls to UTD Esports. Lots of moments though in this series, Jeremy. If I had to give MVP to one of the players, so definitely have to be Potatoes. Potatoes stepping up in his Ryan, big shatters, big blocks, and just big plays in general. But just barely wasn't enough. But his Reinhardt is very good, Jeremy, is it not?
Oh, it's just fantastic. And obviously we saw it in these two matches today, overall just the tanks able to keep the rest of the team alive, behind their shields, was just fantastic. And Potatoes, like you said before, a top 500 player overall on that role, and just, it shows. He was able to get himself out of a lot of situations that, it looked like he was doomed, but able to really claw it out and get it.
Yeah, it was very close indeed about Ohio State falling, and their tournament run ends here, falling to UT Dallas Esports 2-3. And that will be ending our broadcast here for Ohio State Overwatch. I want to thank you everyone for joining us for tonight's evening event for our playoff run, finishing in round 2 in the top 16. Jeremy, a pleasure casting with you. It's some technical difficulties, but still a pleasure.
Yeah, it was great casting with you as well. And, I obviously had a blast watching some Overwatch on my Saturday afternoon. It was great casting with you. And, hopefully we get to do it soon again.
Yes, hopefully soon at the maybe we get some other invitationals or some other events and tournaments for our Overwatch team to play in, and for us to bring you all of the Overwatch content here at Ohio State Esports. Again, my name is Joel Harvey. My Twitter is at Gothics Esports. I was joined by Jeremy Sussman. We are both signing off. Again, thank you for everyone joining us for this wonderful evening. Stay safe and go Bucks. See you, everyone.